see it.
On a 61-degree evening with a light drizzle of rain in the forecast here at Eldridge Park, conditions are far from ideal, but we are ready to go for the start of Orleans Firebirds baseball on this 4th of July weekend. It's the visiting Brewster Whitecaps taking on the Orleans Firebirds live on the Birds Broadcast Network. And hi again, everybody. Gareth Kwok alongside my partner, Carlo Jimenez. And let's now send it out to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson, for our early bird pregame show. Noah?
Yeah, appreciate it, Gareth. Once again, we got another edition of the Early Bird pregame show. As it normally is, Cole Bradley here, Noah Searson here as well, and we got a lot to get to, not a lot of time. So we're going to start with a recap of Wednesday's game. Of course, yesterday, Firebirds haven't had an off day after 7 straight games. Off day much needed, but you had a game in Cotuit in which the offense finally exploded. We saw guys like Tyler Locklear, Chase DeLauder kind of have their potentials realized, massive home runs for both of them. So, Cole, when you're thinking about that game, what did you see in the offense that was different from the previous 8 games?
They just looked more comfortable in there, more confidence. They came in and they just had some fun. A lot of really good grinded out ABs, a lot of hard contact, balls that found grass. Everything was really going their way, and that was huge, especially after facing the same pitcher, the same Harrison Cohen, the same starter for Cotuit a week earlier. I feel like that was definitely a big advantage for them. But everything, they were just loose. They were having fun, and they looked really good out there.
Well, and one big difference was the duo up the middle. No more Jace Young, no more Jordan Sprinkle. In come Benjamin Blackwell and Peyton Chatney, and especially Peyton. Boy, did he do amazing things in his debut with the Firebirds. His first 3 at-bats, he scored a run on every single one. And I talked to Kelly during that game about it, and he said that he kind of just brings a different energy to the ballpark. So this will be game number 2 with Peyton, and I think you'll continue to see that, which will become increasingly important on a day like today when you look back. It's kind of dreary. It's kind of cold, rainy. Not going to lie, it's not baseball conditions whatsoever, so you need that energy. Will be definitely important in this one, so hopefully that carries over from the Cotuit game. But now we're to this game, first matchup with Brewster this season, and there's going to be a lot of interesting things. So instead of doing keys again, Cole and I are going to do a fantasy draft like we did last time. Unfortunately, I took the L, 23-18, very high scoring, so I guess we can give ourselves both a pat on the back for helping the Firebirds maybe score runs, although I don't know that we had any effect. But we'll give ourselves some credit. So we're having another fantasy draft today, Cole. You never really got a victory speech after the last one. How'd you feel after winning the last one?
Well, a win's a win, and I was, Noah knows this, but I was keeping track, or trying to keep track over the course of the game, and with all the offense, I just lost count by like the 4th or the 5th. So it felt good, I guess, for my squad to get the W.
Cole was on my tail the entire time. No, what's the score? No, what's the score? Cole gets the win. I'm not salty at all. Definitely not salty at all. But we're doing it again. This time, I'm going to grab the first pick since you got it last time. And I'm picking my boy, Rylan Thomas. Wasn't in the lineup against Cotuit, but today he's starting in left field. One of the nicest, humblest guys on the team, but also leading the league in hitting still with a 400 batting average. Feel like it's an easy pick. He's in the 2 spot, and I think he's destined for a great day today. Who you got with 2-3, Cole?
So I'm going to stick with 2/3 of my lineup from last time, if you will. Okay. So I'm going to go with Chatney again. It just kind of worked last time, So I'm going to go with Peyton. My second pick is going to be Tyler Locklear as well. So those are 2/3 of the guys I'm bringing back, but I got a new one in the pipeline.
Both oldies for your squad at least, but both definitely goodies. Tyler Locklear hit a home run, 413 feet, 111 exit velo. Absolutely crazy. With my next 2 picks, I'm going to grab Jared Mckenzie. I had him last time. He had a multi-hit game. Looked fantastic. And then I'm also grabbing Garrett Guillemette. He's kind of been in a slump the entire time he's been here since he's been behind the dish, but he's always had a positive attitude. And I think, what goes around comes around, especially in terms of positive energy. So I think Garrett is due for a big day, and I think it's coming today against Brewster Cole.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good pick. But for my final one, I'm going to go with one of the new guys. I'm going to go with Matt Goodhart. He's the starting first baseman in this game. Orleans first basemen have sort of had a bit of a tough luck, I guess, over these first couple of weeks, but I think Goodhart was a really good hitter at Arkansas, and I think he's going to break out tonight.
All right, so just to recap, we'll get those on social media, but I have Rylan, Jared, and also Garrett. Cole has Tyler, and Peyton, and then Matt Goodhart. We'll make sure we update everybody on social media about that one. But that's all we got here on the Early Bird pregame show, kind of a shortened version, but they're running out of the field now. Anthem coming soon, so we'll send it back to Carlo and Gareth in the booth to break it down pre-Anthem, and then we've got first pitch, first Brewster. Guys, take it away.
All right, thanks so much, Noah Searson. The Firebirds have now taken the field, but let's first hear our rendition of our national anthem.
Tonight's singer is Kevin Quill. Kevin's a piano bar entertainer, director, and actor. A Cape native, he can be found in New York City in the winter and Louis Provincetown and Song in the summer. Catch him at Tin Pan Alley Sunday and Monday night all summer. Enjoy, Kevin.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Beautiful rendition of our national anthem. And now let's look at the starting lineup for the visiting Brewster Whitecaps. As announced by manager Jamie Shevkick, leading off will be the center fielder from Wofford, Colin Davis. He'll lead off, followed by hitting second, Alex Freeland, the rising sophomore from UCF. Hitting third will be Zach Neto, the shortstop from Campbell University. Hitting cleanup will be Jake Thompson, the rising senior from Oklahoma State. Hitting fifth will be Will Simpson, the left fielder from the University of Washington. Hitting sixth will be Cooper Weiss, the third baseman from Coastal Carolina University. Hitting seventh will be Sean Gusenberg, the DH from Northwestern. Hitting eighth will be Christian Pregent, the catcher from Stetson. And then hitting ninth will be Porter Brown, the rising redshirt sophomore from TCU. And defensively for Orleans today, this is how their defensive linemen will go. Rylan Thomas out in left field, Jared Mckenzie in center field, Connor Cox in right field, Tyler Locklear at third, Benjamin Blackwell at shortstop, Peyton Chanier at second, Matt Goodhart at first. And behind the plate doing the catching is Garrett Gillimet for the starting pitcher for the Firebirds today, the rising junior from Texas A&M Corpus Christi, the 6'1", 190 right-hander Hayden Thomas from Leander, Texas. Thomas, who's a temporary player on the roster. He was the best starting pitcher on the Islander staff this season. In his last start against Wareham last Friday, he threw 4 innings, gave up 2 runs. Both of them were earned. 3 hits, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. He ran into a bit of trouble in the first inning against the Gatemen, giving up a couple of solo home runs, but after that trouble, he was phenomenal the rest of the way. So hopefully for Firebirds fans, Thomas can have a great start from first pitch on. And I bring you in here, Carlo Jimenez. This is a team that had the off day yesterday. Maybe came at an unfortunate time given how well the offense did on Wednesday at Katua. 12 runs on 13 hits, and they're going to be looking to continue that today.
Yeah, it's a bad off day when you have your best offensive performance and then you got to wait and everybody goes to the beach and takes times off and you got to refocus today. We'll see if the Orleans can keep that momentum going.
So Colin Davis stands in now. Rising senior from Wofford University. And he's going to face Hayden Thomas on a very overcast, cloudy day here in Orleans. First pitch, Davis shows bunt, and the first pitch is up high. And we get things started here at 7 o'clock p.m. local time, right on the dot. Davis is off to an excellent start this summer for Brewster. He's hitting .345 with 10 hits and 29 at-bats with 3 runs batted in. 1-0 pitch is down low, and it's quickly 2-0 now to the Wofford center fielder Colin Davis. He leads the Whitecaps in hitting with a .345 average. And he's a fourth-year junior who posted his best offensive season of his college career, one of the best hitters on Wofford this spring. Takes a 2-0 fastball down low, and Thomas now has to come in. It's 3-0 now to Colin Davis with Alex Freeland on deck for Brewster. Whitecaps coming off a loss to Bourne last night, 3-1 at Doran Park, snapping a 4-game undefeated streak. They were the only game on the Cape to play yesterday. Everybody else had an off day as Thomas pumps in a 3-0 fastball in there for a called strike. Count now 3-1. Hayden Thomas making his second start of the summer for the Firebirds. From the stretch, the 3-1. And a big breaking ball low and in the dirt, and a leadoff walk, and that's how this game gets started here from Orleans.
Hey, Garrett, that's the last guy you want to walk if you're this Orleans Firebirds pitching staff. Davis with 10 stolen bases this year, which is better than 4 whole teams in the Cape. He's 10 for 12. Look for him to take off.
So Davis on first, and he has excellent speed, as Carlo mentioned. He already has 10 stolen bags on the summer, and we're only a week and a half in. A little more than a week and a half in, I should say, here on the Cape, as left-hand hitting Alex Freeland stands in. First pitch, Freeland shows bunt, gets it down the third base line. That one's going to roll foul, though. And it's strike one now to Alex Freeland, the rising sophomore from the University of Central Florida. Freeland, the switch-hitting shortstop who completed a solid first year with the Golden Knights and made all 55 starts at shortstop for UCF as a true freshman. On the summer so far, though, he's off to a bit of a slow start, hitting only .167 with 3 hits and 18 at-bats. Thomas at the stretch, good speed, and the pitch is rolled to second. Chanier has it. He'll try and flip it to short, and a bad feed by Chanier pulls the shortstop Blackwell off the base, and everybody's going to be safe. So Peyton Chanier, who came on in on that broken bat ground ball up the middle, and looked like for a second he didn't know whether he was wanting to tag the runner Davis or try and flip it to Blackwell, and at the very last second he tried to flip it to Blackwell, and it's a poor feed, and it is wet. The ball might be slick on that infield grass, and so that's going to be an error on Chanier.
Yeah, Peyton's still getting used to the thick New England infields, and you saw him approach that ball a little late as it rolled to him slowly, and first error of the night for the Birds.
Zach Neto from Campbell now stands in, right-handed hitter. First pitch, big curveball is up high. Umpires for today's game, Tyler Bullock calling balls and strikes behind the plate. Jason Klump, the first base umpire, and then James Fonseca is the other third base umpire. One ball, no strikes to Zach Neto from Hayden Thomas. Both runners go, double steal. Neto socks one out to deep right center field. Mckenzie, long run at the wall. It is gone. Talk about a perfect start for the Brewster Whitecaps. Zach Neto with a 3-run bomb over the right center field wall toward the Orleans bullpen, and it's a 3-0 Brewster lead. And the struggles for Hayden Thomas in the first inning continue. That's now 3 first-inning home runs he's given up here on the Cape.
Yeah, it seems like it just takes Thomas a little bit longer to settle in, and that's burned him twice now early in this season. And for a team that was coming in off an offensive explosion, starting off on the wrong foot here on a cloudy day at Orleans.
3-run home run for Neto, his first of the summer. RBIs 2, 3, and 4. The left-handed Jake Thomas stands in from Oklahoma State. First pitch, fastball, is outside for ball 1. So impressive from Zach Neto, but this time the wind is blowing out toward the outfield this time. 1-0 pitch. Thomas pops one up. Third base side. That's going to be headed on the Route 28 out of play. The last several home games here at Orleans, Carlo, the wind has the wind has been blowing in, and the fly balls have died out. But today has been a stark difference. The wind this time blowing out towards outfield. Count even at 1. The pitch. Thompson swings and fouls one again toward the left field line, and it's 1-2. A 3-run home run from Zach Neto from Campbell University. He hit 12 home runs on the regular season for Campbell, part of their NCAA tournament run. 1-2 pitch from Thomas, and Thompson lines one into center field. Mckenzie comes in a step and then makes the catch. And there's the first out of the first inning for Orleans.
Yeah, it's another hard-hit ball, Garrett, so it has been solid contact every time for most of these batters for Brewster, besides the Alex Freeman reaching on an error. But Brewster is reading Thomas early on this rainy Friday night.
Right-hand hitting Will Simpson from the University of Washington stands in. First pitch, good breaking ball right down the middle for a called strike. 0-1 to Simpson. Simpson, who hit .310 with 7 homers and 35 runs batted in for the Huskies up in Seattle during the regular season. 0-1. And a fastball just a bit outside, called ball 1, 1-1. Will Simpson so far this summer for Brewster hitting .280. He has 7 hits and 25 at-bats. 1-1 pitch, breaking ball, runs outside, 2-1. So again, what Hayden Thomas was unable to do in his last start against Wareham was keep the ball in the park. He gave up 2 solo home runs. He's already given up the 3-run home run here tonight. Swing and a miss from Simpson on the fastball outside, and now the count even at 2.
Yeah, this is a Brewster offense, Garrett, that only averages about 3 runs per game, and already 3 on the board, not through an inning. That's a good sign for the worst batting average team in the Cape.
2-2 pitch. Fastball, swing and a high pop along the right field line, headed for the hill, and it's out of play. Still a good amount of fans in attendance today, given given tonight's weather conditions. Far from ideal. 2-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss in the dirt, and Guillemette blocks it and tags out Simpson to record the out. Out number 2 here in the first, and the first strikeout for Hayden Thomas tonight. So 2 gone, and now here comes Cooper Weiss, the rising sophomore from Coastal Carolina University. He's only hitting .190 on the summer so far, just 4 hits and 21 at-bats. First pitch is a breaking ball low. Call the ball. Weiss, however, 2 of those 4 hits have been home runs. He does have a pair of homers and 5 runs batted in for Brewster. Right-handed batter, open stance, takes a 1-0 fastball outside. 2-0 now. Thomas right now sitting at around the high 80s with the fastball. That's about where he's topping out, 88, 89. Does have a curveball, slider, and change that he can work into his repertoire. 2-0 pitch, swing, and a high pop out of play. Behind us, and it's 2-1 now. Lights are turning on, fully on here at Eldridge Park. Here's a 2-1. Curveball is low and outside, and Thomas has been throwing that curveball a lot already here in this top of the first, but he's not been able to command it well.
Yeah, he's had to work from behind a lot in this first inning.
3 balls and a strike. John Gusenberg on deck for Brewster. 3-1 and not close. In the dirt and outside for ball 4. Second walk already given up by Hayden Thomas in this inning. And here comes Sean Gusenberg now for Brewster. And what we've noticed so far through Cape League baseball, it's the little things that are going to win you the games. Not necessarily the hits and all the time. If you're going to make mistakes, they'll cost you. Gusenberg, first pitch, look out, high and in for ball 1. In this case for Orleans, you had a leadoff walk and then an error, and then it sets up the 3-run home run. Sometimes that's all it takes. Some miscues defensively and free passes from the defense. And the one big hit is all it takes as Gusenberg swings and fouls one off toward the Brewster on deck circle. Count even now at 1.
Yeah, the only positive you can take away from that, Gareth, is you have at least 27 outs to try to come back down early 3-0. So a lot of baseball left, but not a good start for a team trying to win 2 in a row for the first time this year.
1-1. Gusenberg, runner goes. Big start as Gusenberg hammers one well, struck out to right field. Cox drifting back, still drifting back near the fence, and he makes a catch to his left to retire the side. Some hard hit contact in the top of the first off Hayden Thomas by the Brewster offense. Capitalized by a 3-run home run to right center off the bat of the Campbell shortstop, Zach Netto. Brewster leads 3-0 as we head to the last of the first. We'll be right back here on the Birds Broadcast Network.
Red Shirt Fridays is a national program created to acknowledge, honor, and support our troops who put themselves in harm's way to defend our freedom. In support of this program, the Cape League teams will be wearing a specially designed red jersey every Friday. This special weekly celebration of Red Shirt Fridays is sponsored by 47 Brand, HP Hood, Cape Cod Regional Transit Authority, Advanced Embroidery, and the Cape League. Support our troops and join us by wearing red every Friday. The Cape Cod Baseball League would like to welcome our new sponsor, Mosquito Mary's, a locally owned, family-operated business that provides all natural mosquito and tick control services. Call 866-ASK-MARY or go to mosquitomarys.com. Mention the Cape Cod Baseball League and get your first treatment for only $29. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with an ice-cold Coca-Cola product. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. It only takes 6 recycled plastic bottles to make a new baseball cap.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Carlo Jimenez.
Anytime, anytime.
As Brewster takes the field, and let's take a look now here at the Orleans starting lineup for manager Kelly Nicholson. Peyton Chanier back in the leadoff spot for the second baseman out of Ole Miss. Hitting second, Rylan Thomas, the left fielder from the University of Southern California. Connor Cox hitting third, the right fielder from Long Beach State. Hitting fourth will be Chase DeLauder, the DH from James Madison University. Tyler Locklear will hit fifth, the third baseman from VCU. Hitting sixth will be Jared Mckenzie, the center fielder from Baylor. Hitting seventh will be Matt Goodhart, the first baseman from Arkansas. Hitting eighth, Benjamin Blackwell, the shortstop from University of Dayton. And hitting ninth will be the catcher Garrett Gillimet from USC. Defensive alignment for Brewster, Will Simpson out in left field, Davis in center, Porter Brown in right, Cooper Weiss at third base, Zach Netto at short, Alex Freeland at second, and Jake Thompson at first. And behind the plate doing the catching, Christian Pregent for Brewster's starting pitcher, the right-hander, rising sophomore from the University of Auburn. It's Mason Barnett. Barnett, 6'1", 210-pound right-hander from White, Georgia. And Barnett will be making his third start of the summer. And Carlo, what's in Barnett's repertoire that fans should know?
Yeah, you're going to see fastball, curveball, slider. Fastball is a fast one. Tops out around 96, so he throws gas. Curveball drops down to 74, maybe 77, and the slider at 82, 85. He has a disciplined approach, and he's going to come right at you, so Orleans hitters have to be ready.
First pitch to Peyton Chanier, a fastball right at the knees at 93 miles an hour for a called strike. 0-1 to the Ole Miss second baseman Chanier, who had a fantastic debut for Orleans on Wednesday at Catuit. Went 1 for 2, and he scored 3 runs on the bases. Swings and grounds one foul down the left field line on the 0-1, and it's now 0-2 to the right-hand hitting Chanier. Brewster wearing their teal uniforms with the white numbers and white letters, white pants. Meanwhile, Orleans participating in Red Shirt Fridays. They got their red uniforms with the white letters and numbers and the camo hats. As Chanier on the 0-2 takes a breaking ball outside. Count now 1-2 to Peyton, who had 271 with 6 homers and 43 runs batted in for the Rebels in the regular season. Playing only his second game of the summer as the pitch on the 1-2, breaking ball right down the middle, taken for strike 3. Chanier down, looking, and there's one away here in the last of the first. So here's Rylan Thomas now, left-handed hitting left fielder from USC. Righty on lefty matchup. First pitch. Fastball, 94 miles an hour, right down the middle for a called strike, 0-1. Thomas, who was not in the lineup against Cotuit on Wednesday, but he's been off to a fantastic start on the Cape, hitting 400. Takes a 0-1 fastball low and in for ball one, 1-1. 10 hits and 25 at-bats. Thomas remains one of the league leaders in hitting and in batting average. 1-1 pitch, fastball just off the outside, call the ball. 2-1 to Rylan Thomas. Mason Barnett's last start was against Cotuit. He pitched 2 2/3 innings, did not allow a run nor a hit, walked 1 and struck out 3. However, he was struck in the head by a line drive in that start, and he had to be taken out early. Luckily, he's okay as he pitches on the 2-1 just off the outside again, 3-1. He luckily was able to walk off under his own power, and fortunately for him, he's good and healthy enough to pitch today. 3-1 to Thomas. Thomas pops one up, headed for Route 28 on the third base line, and so the count is full 3-2 with the right-hand hitting Connor Cox on deck for Orleans. A 3-run home run off the bat of Zach Neto has given Brewster an early 3-0 lead as Thomas on the full count pitch chops one over to the left side. Neto has it, throws to first in time to get the speedy Thomas for out number 2. So here is Cox now. Cox from Long Beach State, hitting .258 on the summer with 8 hits and 31 at-bats. He does have 4 runs batted in. Temporary player on the Orleans roster. First pitch from the right-hander Barnett. Curveball way outside, ball 1. As time is called by the third base umpire James Fonseca, third baseman Cooper Weiss retying his shoe out there. Barnett making his 3rd start of the summer. In 2 starts, he's thrown 6 2/3 innings, struck out 7 over 2 walks. Cox pops up the 1-0 into the infield. Neto, the shortstop, calling for it just off to the right of second, and he makes the one-handed catch to retire the side. A 1-2-3 first inning thrown by the Auburn right-hander Mason Barnett. We go to the second here from Eldridge Park. 3-0 Brewster. We'll be right back here on the Birds Broadcast Network.
Well, Gareth, let's go over our Alumni Spotlight for the Orleans Firebirds. Today's alumni, 2016 alumni, Joe Ryan, who was a pitcher for the Firebirds, went 2-1 in his regular season in 2016. In 8 starts, had a 2.11 ERA and struck out 31 while walking 13. Ryan was named Team USA. The Tampa Bay Rays prospect will represent the U.S. in the Olympics coming up in a couple of weeks now, a little over a month. Currently with the Durham Bulls, which is the AAA affiliates with the Rays. He's ranked as the 12th best prospect in the Tampa Bay Rays system. He's 3-3 with a 3.73 ERA for Tampa in his 8 starts and 41 innings of work. So congratulations to 2016 alumni Joe Ryan, representing the Stars and Stripes.
That's very cool. That's very cool to see some Orleans representation on the U.S. Olympic team. Of course, baseball returning as an Olympic sport for the first time since 2008. And so for a lot of baseball fans here in the United States, that's going to be a lot of fun to watch when they compete in Tokyo very shortly. I can't believe it's already. Olympics are on the horizon here.
You got a favorite sport you're looking forward to besides baseball?
You know, swimming is a great sport to watch.
Okay.
Very, very fun to watch. I respect the swimmers out there that put in the endurance. All the Olympic sports are fantastic, though, so definitely make sure to keep an eye out for Joe this summer in Tokyo. So a 1-2-3 inning pitch by Barnett against the Orleans top of the order. We're here in the top of the second now. Hayden Thomas out for a second inning, trying to find his form. First pitch to Christian Pregent is a high fly ball into center field. Mckenzie a couple of steps back. Still another shuffle back before making the catch out in deep center field. 434 to straightaway center. Christian Pregent wondering, I think I hit that ball as hard and far as I probably could have.
That's a home run at Red Wilson Field.
Oh, yeah. Red Wilson only 352 feet, the dead center. As here's Porter Brown, left-hand hitting outfielder from TCU, swings at the first pitch. Comebacker right back to Hayden Thomas. And a calm toss over to first for the out. How about 2 pitches, 2 outs for Hayden Thomas? That's a nice way to start off the second, and there's 2 away here in the top of the second.
Yeah, it took him a while to settle in the first, but this is a strong start to the second inning as now the lineup card is flipped for Davis. An opportunity for him to get back on track and start to feel good about himself in this one.
Top of the order now, beginning with Davis, who led off the game with a walk back in the first. The SoCon Player of the Year versus Hayden Thomas. First pitch. Big breaking ball on the outside corner, a called strike, 0-1. Hayden Thomas, who led the Islanders, his college team, over at Texas A&M Corpus Christi. He led the team in innings pitched and in strikeouts. A 1 pitch. Breaking ball up high, count even at 1. Unfortunately for Thomas's college team, the Islanders just went 25-29 this season, 4 games below 500. 1-1. Another breaking ball up high and in. Ball 2, 2-1 to Colin Davis. Thomas, who pitched 81 2/3 innings in the regular season and had 94 strikeouts over 39 walks. Hitters just hit only 238 against Thomas. 2-1 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner at the knees. Taken for strike 2. It's 2-2 now to Colin Davis with Alex Freeland on deck for Brewster. Brewster landing the first punch in the first on the 3-run home run by Zach Neto to right center over the 359 marker. The pitch. Hit on the ground sharply to third, past the third baseman Tyler Locklear and down the left field line. Davis with a wide turn around first. He'll hold there. And he's on board for the second time already in as many innings for the Whitecaps. And here comes Freeland now. So the hottest hitter in the Whitecaps lineup continues to stay hot. And here's Freeland.
Garrett, that's only the second hit of the ball game for this Brewster team. They have the 3 home runs, but Neto's big fly was the first hit. It's been a lot of mistakes by this Orleans team and Hayden Thomas that have really led to the Brewster runs.
Davis, who had 18 stolen bags for Wofford in the regular season, already has 10 on the summer. First pitch to Freeland, swing and a miss as the ball gets away from Garrett Guillemette. Davis will hold at first. 0-1 to Alex Freeland, the rising sophomore from the University of Central Florida. Freeland, who reached on an error by the second baseman Peyton Chanier. 0-1 to Freeland with Davis at first. He has excellent speed, and he's going. Pitch is hit on the ground to second. Chanier fields it cleanly this time. Throw to first, an accurate throw to Matt Goodhart, and the side is retired. 1 hit, 1 left on for Brewster in the top of the second. We move now to the bottom of the second. It's Brewster 3, Orleans nothing when we come back here on the Birds Broadcast Network.
Hi, I'm Steve Anzoni, owner of Fairway Financial and Cape Cod's Retirement Income Specialist. If you want to hit a home run with your retirement income plan, schedule a time to meet with me today.
Get more details at fairwayfinancial.net. That's fairwayfinancial.net.
Bottom two here from Eldridge Park. Gareth Kwok alongside Carlo Jimenez on the Birds Broadcast Network. Glad you could spend the first day of your 4th of July weekend here with us. And it should be a fun one for Orleans this weekend. Here against Brewster tonight. We'll be on the road tomorrow night at Chatham from Veterans Field. Before then, setting up what should be a very fun game against Chatham again. But that's time from Eldridge Park on 4th of July Sunday. Should be a packed house at Eldridge Park, so stay tuned for our home and home series coverage of Orleans Firebirds baseball on the road at Chatham tomorrow night, 7 p.m. first pitch, and then back at Eldridge for 4th of July Sunday against Chatham. Also a 7 p.m. first pitch as Chase DeLauder, left-hand hitting DH from James Madison, stands in. First pitch, DeLauder lines one in the left center field for a base hit. DeLauder will hold at first as the throw comes back into second, and they're hoping that DeLauder, who had a nice day at the plate against Catuit on Wednesday, DeLauder, who had a solo home run, his second of the summer, as well as an RBI single, a couple of RBIs on Wednesday, if he can carry that over for the rest of the summer. So here is Tyler Locklear now for Orleans. Right-hand hitting third baseman from Virginia Commonwealth University. First base runner of the game given up by Barnett. He's from the stretch. First pitch, breaking ball is a slider that catches the belt for a called strike, 0-1. Locklear on the summer hitting .233, 7 hits and 30 at-bats. He does have a couple of home runs and 10 runs batted in. He leads the team in runs batted in. DeLauder with his lead at first. Long hold from Barnett. The pitch. Swing and a foul straight back from Locklear. And it's quickly 0-2. Conditions tonight, 61 degrees. A very chilly night compared to all the other nights here on the Cape where it's been mid-70s, sometimes the 80s. But it's cold, a little bit windy as Locklear, 0-2 pitch, gets a piece of it on the high fastball, and then will remain 0-2. Wind this time blowing out toward the outfield. And like we've talked about, last several games here at Orleans, at least during the 3-game homestand that we had earlier this week, the wind was blowing in. And so any fly ball that was hit in the air would just be a routine fly out for the outfielders. But now, favors the hitters here. 0-2 pitch to Locklear. Fastball just off the outside. And it's 1-2 now to Locklear with Jared Mckenzie on deck. Brewster 3, Orleans nothing here. Barnett gets the sign, look over at first, now at the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, Locklear, high fly ball, well struck to left field. Davis gives it a look. It is gone! Tyler Locklear with another home run. His second straight game with a home run. This one a 2-run bomb over the left field fence. His third of the summer. And Orleans is right back into this game. It's 3-2 Brewster.
The big hitting combo of Chase DeLauder and Tyler Locklear is back, Garrett. 3 home runs between them in the last 2 ball games. They had gone cold since the opening night game here against Harwich. But boy, are they back. That 4-5 spot starting to look awfully dangerous.
First pitch to Jared Mckenzie. Did he get a piece of him? And the home plate umpire, Tyler Bullock, is going to have a meeting with the other umpires. Carlo, what did you see? Looked like, did he get him on the foot there? Or?
It did. Have a big shout out to our guy Jackson Thomas, the analytics crew here at Orleans. That home run by Tyler, 367 feet and 92 miles per hour off the end of the bat.
So after the meeting, looks like it's going to be just ball 1. did not get a piece of Mckenzie. 1-0 to the Baylor center fielder, who's hitting .241 on the summer. 1-0 pitch, swing, and a foul straight back toward us here on the broadcast booth. It's 1-1. Mckenzie, who did have himself a nice bounce-back game. He'd been struggling at the plate up until against Wednesday at Cotuit. Had 3 hits, including an RBI double and an RBI single. His first 2 runs batted in of the summer. Takes a 1-1 breaking ball that nips the outside corner for a called strike. And it's 1-2 now to Mckenzie. Barnett deals. Big curveball. Called strike 3. Mckenzie doesn't agree. Thought that one may have been a bit high for Barnett. His second strikeout of the night and the first out here of the second.
That's a frustrating at-bat for Jared Mckenzie. Thought he had first base after he was hit. It seems so, and instead ends up in the dugout with a strikeout.
Matt Goodhart from Arkansas. First pitch swing. Little ground ball off the leg of Barnett. Bare hand throw by the third baseman, Weiss. Wow, what a play. As Goodhart nubbed a soft roller off the ankle of Barnett, and it ricocheted out toward the third baseman, Cooper Weiss. He barehanded the loose ball and threw out Goodhart for the 5-3 putout. Or not the 5-3 putout, I should say it was 1-5-3. 2 gone here in the second on a nice play from the Brewster third baseman. Benjamin Blackwell, first pitch swing from the University of Dayton shortstop is fouled toward the hill for strike 1. So mark it 1-5-3 on your scorecard for those scoring at home or here at the ballpark. Barnett, 0-1. Swing and a miss. Blackwell very late on the 92-mile-an-hour fastball. It's quickly 0-2. Blackwell, who's been really struggling at the plate, though he did have a hit against Cotuit. He's hitting 143 with just 2 hits and 14 at-bats. Takes a fastball outside. Count 1-2 now with Garrett Guillemette, the USC catcher, on deck for the Firebirds. Barnett from the windup. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Blackwell goes down swinging. And Barnett is out of the second, but not before giving up a 2-run home run to Tyler Locklear, the VCU third baseman, with his 3rd home run of the summer, a 2-run shot. And Orleans has made it the ball game. It's now 3-2. Brewster as we enter the 3rd here on the Birds Broadcast Network. And before...
Yeah, thanks, guys. So, it's a little bit different game today. Playing Brewster for the first time this year. Team not so good in the batting average column, but one thing Brewster does really well is steal bases. They have 21 coming into this game, and I talked to the catcher today, Garrett Guillemette, a bit about that, like how he prepares for a team that he knows will be running at some point. And he said, he approaches it a little bit differently, especially on an 0-2 count. If he's up in the count and he sees a guy taking a big lead, he might ask for a pitch out from the pitcher or pitch high, so you can possibly pick him off at first or even get him jumping to second. But it's something that Guillemette is definitely cognizant of in this whole Firebirds roster, is because when the Whitecaps get on base, they like to run, and they do it a lot. So Garrett, he's ready for if the Whitecaps run. We haven't seen it yet, but it'll be interesting to see if they decide to run at some point, how Garrett responds. But I'll throw it back to you guys for this one.
All right, thanks so much, Noah. And that's right. Garrett has. There have been a couple times Brewster, Colin Davis has run at first, but the pitch has been swung on and hit into the field of play. So Guillemette has not had a chance to show off the arm just yet. They've been conducting a couple of hit and runs as we are here in the top of the 3rd inning. Brewster leading 3-2 over Orleans. A 3-run home run from Zach Neto out of Campbell University put Brewster up on top 3-0 after 1. But then in the last of the second, Tyler Locklear propelling Orleans back into this game with a 2-run bomb to left field. His 3rd home run of the summer. And we stand here, top 3, 3-2 in favor of the Whitecaps. It'll be Neto, Thompson, and Simpson. Neto, who took Hayden Thomas deep to right center field back in the 1st inning. He stands in. He'll lead off. Righty on righty matchup. First pitch is a breaking ball in the dirt. And as it gets past the catcher Guillemette to the backstop, ball boy will go retrieve that one for ball one. Neto, who was a two-way standout for Campbell at the plate and on the mound this season. 1-0. And he pops one up in the shallow right center field. Chanier backing up. Now the right fielder Cox calling him off. And a couple shuffles to his right makes the catch for out number one here in the third. So Hayden Thomas, another quick at bat. Back in the top of the second, he was able to get the first two hitters out on the first two pitches of the inning, and that time against Neto, 2 pitches in, he gets an out. Maybe that's the idea, try to pitch to his defense, which is a good defense behind him. Jake Thompson stands in, first pitch swing, and a ground ball to first. Chanier has it, flips it on over to Thomas, who's covering first after Goodhart tried to go get it. That's in time for out number 2. So a nice play from the right side of the infield after Goodhart initially was not able to get that ground ball, and heads up by Hayden Thomas to get over to first on that ground ball to the right side. 2 away here in the top of the third.
Hayden has looked so much better since really striking out Will Simpson, the 5th batter of the first inning. He's just given up 1 hit and 1 walk since then.
Simpson from the University of Washington, the left fielder, takes ball 1 outside with the breaking ball. It's 1-0. Struck out swinging back in the first against Hayden Thomas. Big, tall right-handed hitter against Thomas. 1-0. Fastball. Ooh, just off the outside. Looked like a pretty good pitch. Thomas wondering where that one was. It's 2-0 to Will Simpson. Simpson had a huge improvement from last year with the Huskies. He hit just 174 in the abbreviated 2020 season. 2-0 is a fastball. Low and outside. Thomas not getting the calls from home plate umpire Tyler Bullock. Those borderline strikes. It's 3-0 now. Thomas at the belt. 3-0. And a fastball taken for ball 4. So with the exception of the first pitch that was well outside, Thomas misses with all 3 straight fastballs, and gotta tell you, it didn't look like by that much from our view and our vantage point. They were all pretty close to the strike zone.
Yeah, Thomas just kept trying to paint that outside to Simpson. A little surprised there. He had him on a swinging strikeout his last time up. Thought he'd challenge a little bit more, but unable to get the strike call, and now he'll have to face Cooper Weiss.
Weiss, who walked back in the first inning. Thomas, first pitch, fastball inside for ball 1. So already a small strike zone, a tight strike zone from home plate umpire Tyler Bullock, especially on the fastball on the outside corner. We've seen that from many Cape League umpires. 1-0 pitch. Weiss with a high pop-up, shallow center field. Mckenzie trotting on in. Says he's got it, waiting for it, and he makes the catch on that mile-high fly ball from Cooper Weiss. So 1 walk, 1 left on for Hayden Thomas. He's done a nice job to bounce back since the top of the first. On we go now to the bottom of the third. It's Brewster 3, Orleans 2 here on the Birds Broadcast Network. And let's now take it around the Cape with Carlo for our score update. Carlo?
Yeah, let's start with the games that are going on right now. All but one in the Cape. Bourne Braves, the undefeated Bourne Braves, 7-0-2. Currently leading the Falmouth Commodores, 4-2. That one at Arnie Allen Diamond. Bottom of the fourth at Splain Field, Wareham has a 1-0 lead over the Harbor Hawks of Hyannis. Top of the second, not far from here at Veterans Field, where we will be tomorrow. YD with a 1-0 lead over the Chatham Anglers. And yet to get going, currently delayed because of some rain, Harwich and Katuitt at White House Field. Boy, White House Field just seems to be the epicenter of rain in the Cape Cod, Gareth. Again, that game stalled because of rain. The Kettleers trying to bounce back after the Firebirds walloped them at Lowell Park, 12-4.
Yeah, well, knock on wood here. We had some light showers about 2 or 3 hours before first pitch. And the tarp around the tarp that covered home plate and the tarp that covered the pitcher's mound was on. No infield tarp here at Eldridge for whatever reason, but luckily rain has subsided for now, and still very cloudy skies. But For now, we're continuing to play baseball as we're in the last of the third. Brewster leading 3-2. It's been the home run ball so far through 2.5 innings. And Orleans will bring up the 9, 1, and 2 hitters. Garrett Guillemette, Peyton Chanier, and Rylan Thomas against the right-hander Mason Barnett from the University of Auburn. So Guillemette will stand in. He has been off to a tough start at the plate. Just 1 hit in 13 at-bats, including 6 strikeouts. First pitch from the right-hander is rolled foul down the third base line for strike 1. Guillemette still adjusting to Cape League pitching. Barnett now will step off as Guillemette, who hit .299 on the regular season for USC. He hit 3 homers and 19 runs batted in and was a All Pac-12 honorable mention selection this spring. Nice honor for the true freshman. First pitch as Guillemette skies one high and deep to left center field. This one's hit well and long gone. Guillemette on the 0-1. A tape measure shot over the left center field wall. And how about that to break out of a bit of a slump? And this game is tied, folks, 3-3. Locklear with a 2-run home run in the last of the second, and now Guillemette with a solo bomb over the left center field wall. It's 3-3.
A guy who only had 3 home runs in 147 at-bats with USC his freshman year picks up his first of the season in just his 14th at-bat, and just like that, Garrett, long ball working for the Firebirds. This game's tied.
Peyton Chanier, first pitch, outside from Barnett. I was just about to say Guillemette, what was troubling him in these first few games was the breaking ball. He was not picking up the secondary stuff well at all, but he got a breaking ball that time and made no mistake. Way over the left center field wall. As Chanier is ahead 2-0 here against Barnett. That's got to feel awfully good for Guillemette, who again was just 1 for 13 heading into that at-bat. And now Chanier pops one out into left field. Hit pretty well. Center fielder Davis calling for it, just shy of the wall. And he makes the catch. Eldridge Park just turned into Coors Field all of a sudden within a span of 3 or 4 days.
It's amazing what wind can do, huh? I mean, the wind was coming in at 10 miles an hour all during the 3-game homestand. Here we are at the wind blowing out, and balls are flying out of here.
Here's Rylan Thomas, USC left fielder. First pitch, low and outside, ball 1. Thomas, who bounced out to short back in the first. 1-0. Thomas, sharply hit ground ball to second. Freeland gobbles it up, throws to first in time, and Thomas is retired for the second time tonight. 2 away here in the third.
3 runs already against this Brewster team, Gareth. When Bourne put up 3 runs on Brewster yesterday, that was the first time in almost a week that Brewster had allowed 3 runs in a game. This is a really good pitching staff in this Whitecaps team, and the Firebirds tend to feel pretty good, already 3 runs on the board.
Here's Connor Cox from Long Beach State. First pitch, outside, ball 1. Kelly Nicholson has been telling us, too, at pregame. Sometimes it only takes 4 runs, usually on the Cape. That's sort of the magic number. As Cox swings and misses on the 1-0 for strike 1, but clearly we're going to have ourselves quite the contest eventually on later. 1-1 pitch, swinging a foul straight back, and now 1-2. Typically 4 runs, when you combine good pitching and some timely hitting, should do the job, but there have been a lot of offensive explosions on the Cape so far. As 1-2 is up high for ball 2. 2-2 to Cox with DeLauder on deck for Orleans. 3-3 to score. Here from Eldridge. 2-2, Cox, another swing, another foul straight back. As you can hear the little kids, the youngsters, all up against the fence cheering on Connor Cox. He's a favorite amongst the kids. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Fastball inside corner, called strike 3. Cox doesn't like the call as he walks back to the dugout, but Garrett Guillemette with a solo blast over the left center field wall, and it's tied up the ball game at 3. We head to the 4th. Brewster 3, Orleans 3. Let's send it now to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson. Noah?
Yeah, appreciate it, Gareth. So we got another home game, and you know what that means. We got another edition of Firebirds Trivia. We headed back to the baseball analytics department, actually, so shout out them for getting me the info on this one. But we're talking hard hit balls, and rather, what Firebird has the most. So today's question is, which Orleans Firebird has the most hard hit balls on the season? A hard hit ball is one that is 95 miles per hour or more coming off the bat. And I'll give a hint, there are 2 Firebirds that are leading the way. So if you get either of them, you win and you can get a shout out on today's broadcast. We'll put that on Twitter. Tweet all your answers at Orleans Firebirds. And like I said, if you're the first to get one, you'll be on the broadcast. But that's all I got. That'll be in the 8th inning. So I'll send it back to Carlo for 4, 5, 6 in this one. It's a fun one, Carlo.
Thanks so much, Noah. Sure is a fun one. We've had 6 runs already through 3 innings, as it will be the bottom of the lineup. Hayden Thomas going to remain out there for Orleans. Sean Gunsberg, Chris Pregent, and Porter Brown will lead things off in this one for the Brewster Whitecaps. Gareth, already 3 runs on the board in what has been a terrific game so far today. It's been exciting when the wind's blowing out.
Yeah, as I said, it's been the difference between Petco Park versus Coors Field, all in just a difference of maybe 3 or 4 days. And it is certainly, there's been some carry tonight that we have not seen recently. And so that's just what Mother Nature decides to play out.
Gunsberg flew out to right his last time up to end that long first inning. Right-handed batter looks towards Thomas, first pitch. And he fouls it onto the hill down the right field line. And the count, no balls, 1 strike. Gunsberg, one of the best power hitters in the Big Ten this season. Had 12 home runs. 0-1. At the knees for a strike. And Thomas adding the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Garrett Guillemette doing a good job framing that pitch. Our beat writer, Cole Bradley, did a great report with Garrett Guillemette. Justin Mickness, 0-2, skips in the dirt. And the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes on the art of framing pitches and stealing strikes, as they called it. Go check that out at OrleansFirebirds.com. Cole always producing some terrific features this year. 1-2. Swinging a foul down the right field line over towards the car. Oh, and a fan in a blue jacket almost makes a barehanded play, but it goes by him. And we'll try it again, a ball and 2 strikes. Orleans 3, Brewster 3, top of the 4th. 2 teams that are tops in the Cape in ERA, and it's been all offense early. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Gunsberg, and there's 1 away in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, you're starting to see Thomas starting to find a little bit of a rhythm now as he picks up only a 2nd strikeout of the game, but he's throwing more strikes and pitching to contact, and that's what they need from him moving forward.
So the base is empty, 1 out in a tie game at 3 in the top of the 4th, and it's the righty Chris Pregent, first pitch. And he fouls one straight back. And the count, no balls, 1 strike. Difference between that first inning, Gareth, and 2, 3, and now 4 has been Thomas has been working ahead in the count. He's attacking hitters early. And that has allowed him to keep this Brewster offense on its heels. 0-1. Strike on the outside edge. And quickly, no balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's been throwing that slider, that curveball a lot tonight, and he's just trying to get a feel for it and just work on it. And he's been commanding it better as the game has gone along.
Thomas, 0-2. Just misses away. The count, a ball and 2 strikes. Three runs for Brewster in the top of the 1st. Orleans with 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd. We're even at 3. Bases empty, 1 out, top 4, 1-2. Skips in. Pregent lays off the breaking ball, and the count even 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chris Pregent still looking for his first hit in a Whitecaps uniform. 0 for 10 after flying out to center. Back in the second. 2-2. And he swings and misses back-to-back strikeouts to open up the fourth for Hayden Thomas, who looks like a completely different pitcher since that first inning. His third strikeout of the ball game, and there's 2 away.
And that's the slider that he pitched beautifully. Runs back into a right-handed hitter on the inside corner. At first, it almost looks like he's going to hit you, and then it veers right back into inside. Nice pitch by Thomas.
So in a 3-3 game between Orleans and Brewster, it's the lefty Porter Brown. First pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count, no balls, 1 strike. Base is empty, 2 outs, top of the fourth. Orleans tying this one up in the bottom of the third after a Garrett Guillemette solo shot. 402 feet to left and 98 off the bat, according to our analytics guys. Jackson Thomas. 0-1. High on the fastball, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. 91 there from Thomas. The Orleans faithful out here in a cloudy and drizzly Friday. 1-1. Swing and a miss. And Hayden Thomas a strike from striking out the side here in the fourth. Lights are on. Can't see the sun. Tucked behind the clouds somewhere down the right field line. Here comes a 1-2. Drops in there, strike 3 called. Hayden Thomas strikes out the side. And we head to the bottom of the fourth, even at 3. Orleans and Brewster all tied up here in your Orleans Firebirds Radio Network.
All right, tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Franklin Sports. The Orleans Firebirds would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again proud to be the official batting glove of the Cape Cod Baseball League, and throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. To order your favorite team's design or to create your own, visit franklinsports.com/custom. Enter code CCBL20 for 20% off your purchase. That's code CCBL20 for 20% off your purchase. From Cape Cod to the major leagues, only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin gloves. And tonight's game is sponsored by Rogers Gray. Catchers aren't the only ones protecting home. With Rogers Gray, you have more coastal homeowners insurance options and a true expertise in their people. Protect your home with Rogers Gray. Rogers Gray is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. And to learn more, go to @rogersgray.com.
Absolutely magnificent reads, Gareth.
Thank you so much.
Every time. Continues to impress me.
Thank you.
I mean, it's almost as good as Chase DeLauder's last home run. The guy due up next. Bottom of the fourth here at Eldridge Park, and we are all tied up. Orleans and Brewster even at 3. It will be DeLauder, Tyler Locklear, Jared Mckenzie, 2 of the big hitters for the Firebirds due up on this Friday night at Eldridge. First of a fun-packed July 4th weekend. Plan on going on any parades, Gareth?
Any parades I'm going on?
You're going to?
Am I? Are we? Are we going on a parade together?
We should.
I think the fans would love it.
Left-hander Chase DeLauder, first pitch, and he swings and drives one into left field. That ball's going back. It's gone! Back-to-back jacks for Chase DeLauder. And Orleans takes their first lead, 4-3 in the bottom of the fourth. I think he's back.
Well, 2 games in, he's looked like a completely new hitter since the very first week of the season. Already, like Locklear, his second consecutive game with a home run to left center this time. They've both been opposite field home runs, Carlo. And this is the power that we've seen in batting practice that he hasn't been able to tap into, but the last 2 games, he certainly has.
The last 2 games, DeLauder with home runs. It's the righty Tyler Locklear. He looks at a ball high. We've been waiting for it. Chase coming into this year. Saw a couple of highlights from his bat flips. And he gets one to go. First pitch to Locklear off the outside. So now Locklear and DeLauder with home runs in the last 2 games. And kind of what we expected coming into this year, coming alive. 2-0. Strike on the outside. And the count 2 balls and 1 strike. DeLauder had only 1 2-hit game coming into Wednesday's game. 2-1 off the outside. Count 3 balls and a strike. against Katuitt. And now he's got back-to-back 2-hit games. Locklear with a 2-run home run last time out, 3-1. Misses away, and he'll take a walk. And Mason Barnett starting to lose control a little bit here, Gareth, as the first 2 batters of the 4th get aboard.
Yeah, this was a guy for Brewster who had done very well. Just only 1 earned run in 2 starts. Again, he only pitched 6 2/3 innings. But tonight it's been the long ball that has hurt him a lot today. Maybe if you pitched here a couple days ago, it'd be a different story.
Lefty Jared Mckenzie swings at the first pitch. He lines it into right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Locklear turns around second, headed for third. He's in there standing. And Jared Mckenzie with a knock. The offense alive and well. And up comes Matt Goodhart with runners at the corners and nobody out.
You're starting to see guys that struggled the first week of the season now find the rhythm on offense. They're seeing the ball well now. They've gotten the feel for the wood bat, and Mckenzie staying hot with another hit after he had a tough start. And looks like we'll get a mound visit here.
Yeah, Jamie Shevick's going to go out and talk to his starter, Mason Barnett. That home run by DeLauder, 403 feet to left and 103 miles an hour. So it's not, well, the wind is blowing out here, Garrett. These home runs are getting out of here. It's not like they're just getting over the fence. It's the second 400-foot home run of the night. Orleans 4, Brewster 3, bottom of the 4th. Here at Miss Eldridge. And the Firebirds, who started this game off on the wrong foot, fell down 3-0 to open the game up. But the offense has come alive.
And this is the power that this team has, and that they can tap into at any point. It just took a week to get them into that point, but if they can continue that the rest of this season, boy, they're going to be a tough offense to stop. Sometimes it's not, you can't flip it on like a switch. It needs to develop over time, and I think they needed that week to finally get into that before now, showcasing the power.
So left-hander Matt Goodhart into the box with runners at the corners and nobody out. Opening offering, and he waves at a high fastball. Count, no balls, and 1 strike. Mckenzie at first, Locklear at third. Firebirds looking to add to their 4-3 lead. Comes an 0-1. Bounces in, Mckenzie on his way to second. He's in there standing. A good block by Pregen, but that ball just moved to his right. Mckenzie was going right away. Got a great jump, and now 2 runners in scoring position for the Firebirds.
So that takes away the double play ball, and now Brewster's going to bring the infield in here to try and protect this 1-run lead.
Nobody out. Bottom of the 4th, 4-3 Orleans leads Brewster. 1-1. High. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's an overcast day, but it's not super cold here. Pants and a short sleeve, probably the appropriate attire. As Barnett wants to go through the signs. Two-1. Just misses away. And it's 3 balls and a strike, a hitter's count to Matt Goodhart, still looking for his first hit this season. 3 home runs for the Firebirds in this ballgame, the most they've had in a game this season. Here comes a 3-1. Swinging a pop-up down the left field line over towards Route 28 and just lands behind a Jeep slowly rolling down Route 28. Boy, that's dangerous. I'd get out of there if I was that Jeep, but they were taking their time.
That's one of those pop-ups that could land firmly square and shatter in a window if any car is right there. Luckily, nobody out there.
At second, Mckenzie. At third, Locklear. Nobody out. Orleans 4, Brewster 3. Bottom of the 4th. Payoff pitch to Goodhart. And he swings and taps one foul towards the on-deck circle of Orleans, where Benjamin Blackwell is getting warm. An Orleans team that put up 12 runs against Katuitt. And we thought, what a bad day to have an off day. The offense is just getting going. And they have not skipped a beat today. Off day did not affect them. Here comes a 3-2. Goodhart swings and he pops one up down the left field line. We'll try it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Goodhart playing first base for Orleans, a first base spot that's been pretty open this season. Haven't had a consistent first baseman. Seen Julio Marcano play some first. Jack Moss played some first base. 3-2. Way upstairs, and the bases are loaded. Matt Goodhart works a walk, and Benjamin Blackwell, the 8-hole hitter, takes the stroll to the batter's box with nobody out and the bases full.
And this is exactly the situation that Blackwell needs for himself. Guys on base, you've been struggling all summer long. How about a knock to drive in and help your team out and get that confidence booster up?
Blackwell, the right-handed batter, looks towards Barnett. First pitch. And he swings and cranks one off the leg of Barnett. Over towards the third baseman, Weiss. He goes to first in time to beat Blackwell. Coming home to score is Locklear. And Benjamin Blackwell will pick up a RBI on a ground out and a single stolen by the left foot of Mason Barnett.
That's the second time Barnett has been hit by a comebacker. I mean, he's just not having any luck out there on the mound. Of course, last start, got hit in the face with the line drive, and then he got hit with a soft ground ball by the shin, and then that time that ball was a laser from Blackwell. And let's just hope he's okay as he's taking some inventory.
Yeah, Barnett's a strong guy. He took a ball to the face, and he is making his start on schedule. But it just seemed to be a ball magnet today. 2 have already hit him. Got to give credit also to Weiss at third. Made a nice play with a bare hand to get the speedy Blackwell. On to third on the play went Mckenzie. Goodhart advanced to second. And now it's the man with a solo shot, Garrett Gilliman. 2 on, 1 out, bottom of the fourth. Orleans 5, Brewster 3. The Firebirds have put a 5 spot on the second best pitching staff early this season. And the Brewster Whitecaps. Barnett looks on, sets to the bell. First pitch, Gilliman puts a bunt down, bunts it foul. Back towards the screen, and the count, no balls, 1 strike.
Firebirds not afraid to put on the safety squeeze here. They've done it at least 2 times so far this summer with guys in scoring position and less than 2 down. So Kelly Nicholson here. Jared Mckenzie going to read this bunt and see if Gilliman gets it down in order for him to go home.
0-1. Swing and a miss at a high fastball, and Gilliman down in the hole, no balls, 2 strikes. Gilliman, a terrific defensive catcher, hit .451 in his final 10 games with USC. Was a late call up here to Orleans. And has been terrific for the Firebirds. 0-2. Strike 3 on the outside. There's strikeout number 5 for Mason Barnett. And there's 2 gone with 2 in scoring position for the leadoff man, Peyton Chatinier.
That is not what you wanted there, the strikeout. After trying to get the sack, not the sack bunt, but the squeeze play on, didn't get that, and Gilliman unable to do a job.
So Mckenzie at third, Goodhart at second. 2 outs, bottom 4. Orleans 5, Brewster 3. First pitch to the righty. And he fouls one straight back, spoils one in on the hands. Count, no balls, 1 strike. Chatinier, an energy plug for this Orleans team. Came in against Katuitt, stole a couple of bases, scored in his first 3 at-bats, and the team who had lost 2 Team USA guys looked like a different ball club. And a lot of it was due to this guy in the leadoff spot. 0-1. Low. And the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, Garrett, it's not a beautiful night for baseball, but it's been a fun night of baseball so far.
Well, we like having offense, that's for sure, especially when we didn't have a whole lot of it in the first week. And we had that stretch where Orleans struggled to put guys on base and runs to the plate. Now, here's the payoff.
1-1. Drops in for a strike. And Chatinier behind. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Barnett. Mckenzie 90 feet away. Goodhart 180. 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. Orleans 5, Brewster 3. Peyton Chatinier trying to continue this bottom of the 4th inning. Here comes a 1-2. Off the outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The mist has stopped. The lights are on. A light breeze out to center on this July 4th weekend Friday night. Brewster and Orleans for the first time go at it. 2-2. And that one got Chatinier on the left wrist. He'll take a bruise and a base. And the bases are loaded again for the best hitter for average in the Orleans lineup, Rylan Thomas.
Yeah, they try to come in there on Chatinier, and we've seen many times more with Orleans pitchers rather than the opposing pitchers, but that when they try to come inside, they go a little bit too in, and it hits them right on the wrist there or on the elbows. Hopefully Peyton's okay.
Thomas looks towards Mason Barnett. Lefty on righty, first pitch. And Thomas swings and drives one in the gap to left center. Center fielder Davis coming in. It bounces in front of him. 1 run scores in Mckenzie. Goodhart scores. Sliding into third safely is Peyton Chatinier. On to second goes Thomas. And it's a 7-3. Orleans lead over Brewster. 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th.
How many times have we seen Rylan Thomas find the holes in between the infield and outfield? He just dumps those right in there to no man's land. And once again, Rylan Thomas having himself a great start this summer. And with a 2-out jump, easily scoring was Mckenzie and Goodhart.
So the Firebirds have batted around. It's the right-handed batter Connor Cox in the bottom of the 4th. Opening offering. Upstairs. The count 1 ball, no strikes. Brewster jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Orleans has scored 7 unanswered. And this Firebirds offense alive and well here at Eldridge. 1-0. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Chatinier at third. Thomas at second. The mist starting to come down here at Eldridge. So Firebirds bats heat up. 1-1. And a swing and a line drive up the middle, backhanded by the second baseman Freeman. He sets his feet from the outfield grass, throws to first in time to beat Connor Cox. 9 come to the plate, 3 get hits, and 4 runs come across. It's Orleans 7 and Brewster 3. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson. Take it away. He has Kelly Nicholson. Noah trying to get Kelly's attention. And it looks like Skipper is going to walk towards Noah. Take it away when you're ready.
Hi, Tom. Yeah, appreciate it, Carlo. I'm on the sidelines with Skip, and, you know, maybe a little cold night, but the bats have been hot to start, and it's been top to bottom. So what has it been like being able to see not only the top contribute, but guys that have maybe been struggling a little bit more, like Garrett Guillemette and Ben Blackwell, get off the schneid?
Well, they're good hitters, man. You know, Blackwell hit at the top of the order at Dayton, and Guillemette can swing the bat. So it's a good lineup, you know, 1 through 9.
And then when we think about the weather tonight, are you going to attack, pitching a little bit differently from the perspective that if a guy's sitting there for a while, arm freezes up a little bit, maybe go inning by inning basis when the relievers come in?
No, we have a plan. We're going to stick with our plan tonight. But, you know, it's actually a pretty nice evening. It's not too cold, and I think a lot of our guys are used to playing in the colder weather, Noah, so it's fine.
All right, appreciate it, Skip. We'll send it back to you guys in the booth.
Thanks so much, Noah Searson, always providing some great insight with skipper Kelly Nicholson. Hayden Thomas is going to remain on the mound for the top of the 5th. This will be his longest outing of the season. Orleans 7, Brewster 3. Gareth, this offense, these last 2 games, it is a juggernaut up and down the lineup.
Yeah, Wednesday against Cotuit, Orleans putting up 12 runs on 13 hits, and tonight already 7 runs on 6 hits, including 3 home runs, Carlo. One by Tyler Locklear, one by Garrett Gillimet, and then one by Chase DeLauder. It's been an offensive fireworks, you could say, the last couple of games here for the Firebirds, and no better way to get it going than here on this 4th of July weekend.
Thomas will face the top of the lineup. First pitch to the righty, Davis. Upstairs. Count 1 ball, no strikes. Brewster with their 3 runs in the first. Hayden Thomas has settled in. He struck out the last 3 Brewster batters. No action in the bullpen for Orleans just yet. 1-0. Strike on the outside edge. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Kelly Nicholson's right, Gareth. It is a beautiful night for baseball. While the clouds are overcast, it's not too cold. Wind's blowing out, 1-1. Fastball on the inside, strike 2. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes to Davis.
It's not cold if you're wearing pants, unlike me, where I'm wearing shorts. So, gotta tell you, Carlo, I don't know if I would necessarily agree with that, but
gotta plan ahead, Gareth.
Yeah, that's my fault there. That's my fault.
Here comes a 1-2. Check swing, and he went around. 4 in a row for Hayden Thomas as he strikes out Colin Davis. And there's 1 gone in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, if you take away that first inning with Hayden Thomas, he's been terrific. I mean, it's been the story with him through 2 starts has been just the trouble in the first inning and the long ball that he's been susceptible to. But since then, he has been terrific, Carlo, and he's set down the last 5 in a row.
Orleans 7, Brewster 3. Top of the 5th, 1 out, and the base is vacant for the left-handed batter, Alex Freeland. Thomas deals. Freeland takes, strike 1 at the knees. No balls, 1 strike. A 3-run home run by Zach Neto. The difference in this ballgame for Brewster. 0-1. Strike 2 on the outside. And in the hole is Alex Freeland. No balls, 2 strikes. Mist starting to pick up a little bit. But it's not rainy just yet. 0-2. Breaking ball. Strike 3 called. 6 strikeouts and 5 in a row for Hayden Thomas, who has got it going. And up comes Zach Neto with the bases empty and 2 gone.
Yeah, Thomas is really starting to feel the fastball and the secondary pitch, that slider. He's been able to get it for a first pitch strike as well as put hitters away with that slider as well. So when you can have a pitch that you can get ahead and then strike out hitters with, it certainly helps. And Thomas has found that ever since the first inning.
So the right-handed sophomore from Campbell looks on towards the righty, Thomas. Opening offering. And he swings and cranks one on the ground, fair down the left field line. Another hit for Neto as he rounds first, on his way to second. Throw in from the left fielder, Ryland Thomas. And he's safe. The throw was there early. And it looked like Neto just was able to avoid the throw of Chatinier as he steals the second base, and he's on scoring position with 2 outs in the top of the 5th.
Boy, a great play by Ryland Thomas. An accurate throw to Chatinier, and the throw clearly beat him, but must have been a nice maybe swim move perhaps by Neto to avoid the tag, because from our view it looked like he was going to be out by a good amount. And but hey, when you head for a slide, you can sort of play around with your arms and avoid the tag, you could say. And I think maybe Neto must have done that, and there's going to be no argument from Kelly Nicholson. So Neto with the double to keep the rally allowing.
Orleans 7, Brewster 3. Boy, Zach Neto was released earlier this season, Gareth, by Cotuit, and he has been terrific here with Brewster. It'll be the cleanup man, the lefty, Jake Thompson. Opening offering. Strike at the knees. Count, no balls and 1 strike. Again, Hayden Thomas, the secret to success since that first inning has been getting ahead of batters and consistently being in control. A 1, running is Neto, and a swing and a foul down the right field line. Count, no balls, 2 strikes. Well, Brewster, a team that hits 182. And when you're struggling at the plate, when you get guys aboard, you have to be aggressive on the base paths, and I think that's Jamie Shivik's thinking.
It's a team that leads the league in stolen bases. They have 22. Orleans, meanwhile, with just 9. So there you go, Carlo.
No balls and 2 strikes to Jake Thompson. Throw down to second, and Neto back with a head first slide. Orleans 7, Brewster 3 on a misty Friday night here on July 4th weekend. This will most likely be it for Hayden Thomas. 0-2. Misses inside. Breaking ball blocked nicely by Gilliman to keep Neto at second, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at second after the double. Zach Neto takes a healthy lead. Orleans trying to hang on to their 4-run advantage. Leading Brewster 7-4. 1-2, swinging a chopper over towards second. Second baseman Chatinier, he charges, gloves it belt high, and an underhand flip to first for the out. A double, a runner left on, that's it. Firebirds still up 4, leading Brewster 7-4. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th here at Eldridge Park on your Orleans Firebirds broadcast network.
All right, tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Curry College. Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, NCAA Division III athletics, and continuing education and graduate studies, including a 5th-year master's programs at www.curry.edu. The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls, piled high on grilled brioche, and served hot, buttered, or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal. And tonight's broadcast is sponsored by Milton Cat. For sales and rentals of Caterpillar machinery, generators, and marine engines, visit MiltonCat.com, your area cat dealer. Milton Cat, the Cape and Islands Caterpillar dealer, is proud to be an official sponsor of today's game.
Gareth, can Curry College see me at a hit like Chase DeLauder?
I don't know, man. That'd be pretty tough to beat, I gotta say.
I just want to be like Chase. New pitcher on the mound for Brewster. It's the lefty Hunter Patterson. Patterson making his 4th appearance for this Brewster team. The rising sophomore out of the University of Central Florida with a 2.84 ERA in 6 1/3 innings. He has struck out 9 batters, only walked 2. From Patterson, you're going to see a fastball that tops out around 93. His breaking balls are a slider and a changeup. Slider around 82 to 78, and the changeup 83 to 86. Lefties and righties hit around 270 against him. He loves to use the fastball. You're going to see the slider a lot more to left-handed batters, and he likes working the zone away to these Orleans hitters. Bottom of the 5th here at Miss Eldridge, and it's Orleans 7, Brewster 3. 7 unanswered by a Firebirds offense that in its last 2 ball games has put up a total of 19 runs.
Yeah, definitely a forgetful start for Mason Barnett after 2 pretty good appearances to start off the Cape, but to start off his Cape summer, but to give up the 7 runs and then also take a couple of comebackers to your shins, that's not going to feel good for Barnett, and I'm sure he's going to be looking forward to his next start for him to bounce back.
So the man who had a solo shot to open up a 4-run 4th inning looks on. It's the lefty Chase DeLauder, opening offering from Pattison. And DeLauder swings and flies one down the left field line. It has the distance but not the angle, and it's a foul ball. No balls, 1 strike. DeLauder already 2 hits in this ball game. His 3rd 2-hit game, 0-1. And he swings and lines one into left center again. This one over towards the fence, and it's out of here. Lightning strikes twice for Chase DeLauder, his 2nd solo shot, and Orleans leads 8-3 here at Eldridge.
Remember when you told me an inning or two ago that he's back? He's you can say that again, Carlo. I mean, the guy has been a completely new player since we last saw him. Before the Katuitt game, he was striking out and he was not putting together solid contact, but with 2-homer night for Chase.
Right-handed batter Tyler Locklear looks at a first pitch strike. Make it 8 unanswered. And the Firebirds scorching here in a cool, rainy night. 0-1. Locklear swings, grounds one towards short. Shortstop Neto charges from the belt. Sidearm throw to first, pulls the first baseman Thompson off the bag. But he tags Locklear as he's retired for the first time today.
And all 3 home runs from Chase have been opposite field. You can tell he's been able to square the ball up, see the pitch in a little deeper and take it the other way. And he's going to have enough power to take it the other way. And it's paying off for him right now, these last 5-6 at-bats.
So with lefty Jared Mckenzie with 1 out, nobody on. Opening offering skips in. And they count 1 ball, no strikes. A Brewster team that is a 2.94 ERA, second best in the Cape Cod League, 1-0. And Mckenzie fouls one over Route 28. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. And Garrett, they've already surrendered 8 runs to this offense of Orleans.
Yeah, Jackson Thomas telling us that ball from DeLauder, the home run, 370 feet, 95-mile-an-hour exit velocity.
Here comes the 1-1 from Pattison. In the dirt again. 2 balls into strike. Orleans coming off an off day and have been terrific today. 2-1. And a swing and a line drive into left field. That one's going to drop in front of the left fielder, Simpson. Mckenzie around first on his way to second. The ball skips by Simpson. And Jared Mckenzie into second base. Another 2-hit ball game for Jared Mckenzie. The offense is contagious. And up comes Matt Goodhart with a runner in scoring position and 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Orleans 8, Brewster 3. Pattison, first bullpen pitcher of the night for the Brewster Whitecaps, looks on. Looks at second, first pitch. Strike on the outside. Fastball at 90. Count, no balls, 1 strike. Mckenzie leads at second after his double. Firebirds looking to tack on more. Here comes an 0-1. Swing and a foul. Down the left field line into some seats. And the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Not a lot of fans out here compared to a regular day game, and I think that's expected with the weather. But those who did come have been treated to an Orleans offense has put an 8 spot up on the board against this Brewster team. Oh, 2 to the hitless Goodhart. Low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Goodhart walked and scored his last time up back in the 4th. Here comes the 1-2 to the plate. And he swings and bloops one up the middle. Slow roller into center field. Around third, on his way home is Jared Mckenzie. Chalk it up. Matt Goodhart's first hit as an Orleans Firebird is an RBI single. And it's 9-3 Orleans.
How about Goodhart doing it against a lefty? It's always tough to lefty-on-lefty matchup. Hard to pick it up, but Goodhart going right back up the middle. Just a nice soft swing and gets past the second baseman Freeland, and easily scoring was Jared Mckenzie. And this is becoming quite, again, the offensive performance on the verge of a second straight double-digit run-scoring outing here, Carlo.
And stands the right-handed batter, Benjamin Blackwell. Goodhart at first, opening offering. Way upstairs. And Gareth, this was a team that last Saturday had a 0-0 tie. And then lost 2 guys from Team USA. And have now put a total of 21 runs up in their last 2 games. 1-0. Misses high. And in those 21 runs, 7 home runs. It's hard to point to one thing, but an offense that was dormant the beginning of the year, exploding. 2-0. Up and away. The count, 3 balls and no strikes here to Blackwell.
Yeah, you had the tie against YD on Sunday. The 2-1 win at Harwich, that was a pitcher's duel. And then against Wareham, the loss, where Jace Young provided the only offense. With the exception of Young, everybody else really struggled. So it's funny how things work sometimes with this team.
Here comes a 3-0. Upstairs, a 4-pitch walk to Benjamin Blackwell, puts 2 on. And everything going Orleans' way as up comes Garrett Gilliman with 2 on and 1 out. Orleans 9, Brewster 3, bottom of the 5th, and just 1 out on the board. Brewster had 3 runs in the top of the 1st, and the Orleans offense has gone off since then. First pitch to the righty, low. 1 ball and no strikes to Gilliman. Well, the lights are on here at Eldridge Park yet, so we're going all 9. This offense won't be stopped by the sun today, like it was at Lowell Park. 1-0. Swing and a miss by Gilliman. And the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Fans in sweatshirts and hoodies down the right field line. Some watching from their cars, avoiding the rain out in right field. 1-1. Strike on the inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to him. Wind starting to pick up a little bit with some mist in the air. And the Orleans offense leading the Brewster Whitecaps 9-3. Goodhart at second, Blackwell at first. 1 out, top of the 5th. 1-2. And Gilliman strings and cranks one. Fly ball, shallow right field. Right fielder Brown coming in, and it drops. Nobody gets there for Brewster. A campfire in right center between the right fielder Brown, the center fielder Davis, and the second baseman Freehand. And that's a single for Garrett Gilliman, his first 2-hit game as an Orleans Firebird. And the bases are loaded for Peyton Chatagnier.
Thought for a second it would hang up more in the infield to be an infield fly, but that just kept kind of going and going in the shallow right to the point where it was a fly ball that just dropped. And this might be it for Hunter Patterson here.
Yeah, manager for Brewster, Jamie Shevick, coming out to talk to his pitcher, but Garrett, it looks like he really wants to talk to his second baseman, Alex Freeland, who comes in. He didn't say a word to Patterson. Now a pitching change coming up, and we'll step aside. Orleans 9, Brewster 3, and the bases are loaded in the bottom of the 5th inning with 1 out. The leadoff man, Peyton Chatagnier, due up here on your Orleans Firebirds broadcast network. Welcome back to Miss Eldridge. The bases are loaded, and there's a new pitcher on the mound for the Brewster Whitecaps. Sam Bello, a righty out of Maryland, appearing in his third game this year for the Brewster Whitecaps. And he's in a tough situation with one out. Matt Goodhart at third, Benjamin Blackwell at second, and Garrett Gilliman at first. It's the leadoff righty, Peyton Chatinier. Bello in his 2 games with Brewster, 3 innings of work, has a 9 ERA. First pitch to Chatinier. Low. And the count 1 ball, no strikes. Orleans 9, Brewster 3. The Firebirds offense continues to shine. 2 runs in the second, 1 in the third, 4 in the fourth, and already 2 in here in the fifth. 0-1. Swing, and there's a drive into left. That ball's going back. It's a grand slam for Peyton Chatinier. Welcome to Eldridge, Mr. Chatinier. And a 13-3 lead for the Orleans Firebirds.
Calling a home run derby here, Carlo. My goodness. Coors Field, the All-Star game, the home runs derby is going to be there. And Eldridge Park is playing pretty close to Coors Field. Wow. What a shot by Chatinier. Moonshot into the left field night. That's the 3rd grand slam for Orleans already this season.
So the lefty Ryland Thomas looks in. First pitch is in there for a strike. The 5th home run of the game, Gareth. First pitch 0-1 to Thomas. Strike at the knees. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes. 25 combined runs in the last 2 games for the Firebirds. 0-2. Thomas fouls one straight back. All smiles in the dugout, except for skipper Kelly Nicholson, who is always a very serious man. But I'm sure on the inside he's smiling. His team's up 13-3. 0-2. Thomas swings. He drives one down the line. That ball is going foul. We'll try it again. No balls, 2 strikes. Well, we sat here last weekend in a 3-game homestand, and the Firebirds scored 6 runs in 27 innings. It's been a little bit of a different story since then. Thomas looks towards Bello. With 1 out in a 13-3 game, advantage Orleans, bottom of the 5th. Base is empty, 0-2. Thomas swings, hits one sharply on the ground to first. First baseman Thompson has trouble with it, gets and flicks it up off the ground to the covering pitcher Bello. And there's 2 away.
Already the 3rd grand slam of the summer, Carlo, and not quite yet 2 weeks into the season. Tyler Locklear hit the first one, Jace Young hit the second one, and now Chatinier with the 3rd one.
Right-handed batter Connor Cox looks on, opening offering, low. So the 2nd straight inning, the Firebirds have batted around. 9th batter of the inning upcoming. Bottom of the 5th, 2 outs, base is empty, 13-3. Yes, you heard that right. Orleans leads Brewster 1-0, swinging a foul down the right field line. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. You think Chase DeLauder wants to come up again?
Well, man, we'll be looking for the hat trick. He's going to have a couple more at-bats to do so the rest of the way.
1-1. Strike on the outside edge. And the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cox. 5 home runs, 13 runs. 1-2. And Cox stays alive as he spoils one straight back. And we'll try it again, a ball and 2 strikes. Gareth, I've noticed as some more balls continue to land over the left field fence, there's some more fans out there. Picking up the trend. 1-2. Cox stays alive, taps one off the end of the bat. Right back the Brewster broadcast. And the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Cox still looking for his first hit, trying to join the fun on this Friday night. Bellows 1-2. Swing and a miss. Ball is in the dirt, picked up by the catcher Prejan. He goes to first. That ball gets away from the first baseman Thompson, and Cox is safe. So Connor Cox strikes out but reaches.
Man, that's look over at the Brewster coaching staff, and what they can only do is just put a hand to the face. They don't know what's going on. The team has fallen apart, pitching wise and defensively. A couple of miscues.
Lefty Chase DeLauder looks on for the second time this inning. Opening offering, gets in the dirt, skips away from Pregent, right back towards us. On to second goes Cox. He'll hold there. And a runner in scoring position with 2 outs here in the 5th. Orleans 13, Brewster 3. Bottom of the 5th. Firebirds have brought home 6 runs in this inning. And they're not done. On a cold, overcast, and misty Friday night, the Orleans Firebirds bats have brought the energy. 1-0. DeLauder swings and cranks one foul. Chase 3 for 3 today. 2 solo home runs. And a single. His first 3-hit game as a Firebird. Coming off his second 2-hit game against Katuitt. Bello looks at second. 1-1. DeLauder checks his swing. Ball gets away from Pregent for his second. And DeLauder able to hold up in time, says James Fonseca. In the count, 2 balls and a strike. Cox leads at second. 2 outs, bottom 5. 2-1, way high. 3 balls and a strike to DeLauder, with Locklear patiently waiting his turn on deck. Chase adjusts his helmet. Baseball has looked like a beach ball to him today. 3-1. Strike 2 on the outside and a full count to the cleanup man.
I'm sure Chase has probably told home plate umpire Tyler Bullock, "Thank you for calling that a strike. I would like another pitch." Maybe get my 3rd of the day.
He wants to swing the bat. 3-2 with Cox at second. And he swings and lines one into the gap into right center field. Connor Cox strolls around third on his way home. DeLauder's going to try for 2, and he's in there standing. A 4-hit ball game for Chase DeLauder. Another RBI. That's his 3rd, and the Firebirds will not stop here in the 5th. It's 14-3.
Yeah, I think he'll take a. I think he'll take his 4th hit of the ball game, and another RBI. His 3rd of the game versus the walk. I don't know about you.
DeLauder has had a 5th inning better than he's had most games this year. A home run and a double, and 2 RBIs. So up comes the right-handed batter, Tyler Locklear, with his home run friend, Chase DeLauder at second. Those 2 the biggest home run hitters. First pitch, Locklear swings and pops one up, foul. Also good friends off the field. There's about 15 kids who converge on that baseball on the hill, on the right field line. A lot of foul balls today, a lot of contact by this Orleans team. Orleans 14, Brewster 3. 0-1, high. The count, 1 ball, 1 strike. 7 runs coming into this inning, 7 runs in this inning. This the 11th batter. 1-1. Swing and a foul, tapped down the third base line. And the count, a ball and 2 strikes.
And they've done this all against the second-best team in the league in pitching, Carlo. Whitecaps prior to this game at a 2.92 collective ERA, and hitters were just hitting just 210 against Whitecaps pitching. And you see the score today, you think I'd be lying.
Yeah, offense is averaging about 2 runs a game against Brewster. Multiply that by 7. Firebirds up 14-3 over the Whitecaps. I think that ERA is going to be a little inflated after this one. The Lauder at second, 1-2. Off the outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another long 5th inning. This time at Eldridge Park. A lot of smiles. Here at the home of the Firebirds, 2-2. And here's a swing and a high fly ball to left. This ball going back. The center fielder Davis tracking. He leaps and makes the catch. Did Davis catch it? He fell over the fence, and it looks like it's a home run for Tyler Locklear. Locklear with his second 2-run blast of the ball game, and it's 16-3. Did Davis catch it, Gareth? It looked like for a second he hung on.
Yeah, it looked like for a second he held on too, but he fell over the fence. And he made the catch and then looked like he fell over. Couldn't tell if he didn't squeeze onto it, but Orleans will take it.
First pitch to the lefty. Jared Mckenzie, he fouls it straight back. So that's home run number 3 of the inning, number 6 of the ball game. And make it 16-3 here in the bottom of the 5th. Mckenzie looks on, first 0-1. Misses inside. And Davis leaped. His waistline was above the top of the yellow padding on the fence, and so the front of his body went right over. The umpire called it a home run. Here comes a 1-1. Mckenzie fouls it straight back. Count a ball and 2 strikes. Start checking the record book, Gareth. 3 home runs in an inning, 16 in a ball game. Now we're not done. Here comes a 1-2. Upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Base is empty, 2 outs. Bottom 5th. Here comes a 2-2. Low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here to Jared Mckenzie. Mckenzie scored in his last 2 at-bats. He singled and doubled. Orleans on this Friday night, 16 unanswered, 3-2. Mckenzie swings, hits one off the end of the bat into center field. Center fielder Davis going to have plenty of time. This time he sets and makes the catch. That will do it for the 5th inning. 3 home runs and 7 runs come in. Orleans explodes here in the 5th. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson. Noah, what do you got for us?
Yeah, no kidding, Carlo. How many? I can't even keep track of them. 16 runs now on the board for the Firebirds, giving a comfortable pad to your new pitcher, Dawson Netz, which, if you haven't heard the name yet, that shouldn't be a shock. He's actually new to the roster, coming from the University of Arizona, and nobody really knew he was even coming. I talked to the GM of the Orleans Firebirds, Sue Horton, and he was kind of a last-minute addition in his time in Arizona this season. He had 28 appearances, 36 strikeouts, 4.5 ERA, and had a lot of impactful performances, especially late in the season in an elimination game against Oklahoma on their run, on their College World Series run. But it was funny because Sue said, this is a guy who just came in last minute and is a product of this weird scheduling in the MLB draft year. Usually the MLB draft is before the Cape League season. This year, it's smack dab in the middle. So a lot of draft-eligible guys, such as Jonathan Cannon, who's a top 50 MLB prospect, and so many other pitchers on this team are going to leave once they get drafted. So guys like Dawson Netz come in to fill those spots. This is your first look at Netz, and technically right now he's kind of like a temp, although he'll likely be on the roster the rest of the year, not draft-eligible. He's got a plus fastball and a nice breaking curve. and it'll be interesting to see how he does in this one. But it won't be the first of many to roll in later in the season than we're used to. So this is your first look at Dawson Nets, and I'm sure we'll have some other pitchers rolling in soon. Carlo, back to you.
Really appreciate the insight, Noah. Thank you so much. Nets, the right-handed pitcher on the mound, and he will open up the top of the 6th. A 9-run, 7-hit, bottom of the 5th, 16-3 Orleans. In what has been, I mean, I'm running again. I got to go to the thesaurus for the second straight game for these adjectives because I just don't know what to say.
It's truly been fun to watch for Firebirds fans, and an offensive explosion, guys that we haven't seen, that hadn't been getting going early on, and now they're starting to find they're starting to see the pitches better, and their swings that we saw in BP are starting to come to fruition now in game.
So the right-handed batter, Will Simpson, to lead things off for the Whitecaps. First look at Dawson Nets, his first pitch as a Firebird. And swinging a foul over the Birds' nest, straight back. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. Mist starting to pick up a little bit here at Eldridge Park. 0-1. Breaking ball on the outside. No balls, 2 strikes. Kelly Nicholson always happy to add another arm to the pen in Dawson Nets. 4.5 ERA in 34 innings out of the pen for the Wildcats. 0-2. Swinging a little blooper into center field. Center fielder Mckenzie jogs in on the jog, makes a head-high catch. And there's 1 away. Four home runs in the bottom of the 5th for the Orleans Firebirds. More than they've had in any other game this season, Garrett.
Yeah, we're seeing some crazy stuff here.
First pitch to the right-handed batter, Cooper Weiss, and he takes a strike. Count, no balls, 1 strike. 16-3, it's not a typo. Orleans leads Brewster. 0-1. Swinging a foul straight back into the seats for a souvenir. And Dawson Nets ahead of the count, no balls, 2 strikes. When you're an offense this hot, Gareth, I mean, you just go out there and you want to get right back into the batter's box. Looks like everybody in the outfield's jittery to come back in. 0-2. In the dirt, off to the right, and the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. After that 0-0 tie, we're talking with some of our analytics guys up in the Birds' Nest. We like to show up 3 hours before a game. And, you know, the analytics guys are supposed to have the answers to everything we were asking. You know, why is this team not hitting? Why did we not score a run in 9 innings in our last game? 1-2 on his way to Weiss. Swing and a miss. There's out number 2 of the 6th. Dawson Nets with his first strikeout as a Firebird. And Garrett, they pretty much told us, you know, hitting's contagious. And not hitting is also contagious. And for the first week or so of this season, the Firebirds had the wrong bug.
It always helps to have a guy who can get on base. It certainly just plays into the confidence booster as well. And this Orleans team, their confidence level is off the charts right now.
Right-hander Sean Gunsberg looks at a strike on the outside. No balls, 1 strike. And if you're this Whitecaps team, you kind of just want to get out of here. 16-3 the score. 2 outs, top of the 6th. Here comes the 0-1. In the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Firebirds will be at Chatham, then at home against Chatham. In their next 2 ball games, of course, the July 4th matchup with the Anglers. Should be a fun one. Comes the 1-1. Downstairs. 2 balls and a strike. This game was 3-0 Brewster after an inning. Top of the 6th, 2 outs, and it's 16-3. Orleans. 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Gunsberg. Dawson Nets started Game 3 of the Super Regional for the Wildcats against Old Miss. 2-2 off the outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pitched 2 innings, allowed a 1 run. And what would be the win for the Wildcats as they would eliminate Old Miss and Peyton Chatinier, who now sits at second base for the Firebirds, and move on to Omaha. Nets 3-2. Fouled straight back. We'll try it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Since that 3-run first inning by Brewster, they've had 2 hits. One by the leadoff man Davis, one by the man who had the 3-run home run in the first, Zach Neto. 3-2. Swinging a sharply hit ground ball, foul down the third base line. Top 6, 2 outs. Orleans 16, Brewster 3. 28 combined runs in the last 2 ball games for the Orleans Firebirds. It's going to be a long night of highlights, Gareth. You ready to cut them?
Oh, yeah. I'm ready. I'll be ready.
Payoff pitch to Goonsberg. Strike 3 on the outside. Down goes Goonsberg. And a 1-2-3 quick 6th inning. The bats of the Firebirds are coming back up. Dawson Nets in his first outing in a red uniform goes 3 up, 3 down. Over the bottom of the lineup, Matt Goodhart, Benjamin Blackwell, Garrett Gillimet when we return. Orleans 16, Brewster 3 on your Orleans Firebirds broadcast network.
Hi, I'm Steve Anzoni, owner of Fairway Financial and Cape Cod's Retirement Income Specialist. If you want to hit a home run with your retirement income plan, schedule a time to meet with me today.
Get more details at fairwayfinancial.net. That's fairwayfinancial.net.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Eldridge Park. Orleans 16, Brewster 3. No, that is not an error. Firebirds scored 9 in the bottom of the 5th, and here we are in the bottom of the 6th. And it's the left-handed batter, Matt Goodhart, to lead things off. Sam Bello, big righty, still on the mound for the Whitecaps. First pitch to Goodhart. Off the outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Matt Goodhart picking up his first hit. And an RBI in his last at-bat back in the 5th. 1-0. Strike 1 on the inside. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, Birdman's out here, Gareth. And Matt Goodhart stayed at Birdman's house, the unofficial mascot, 1-1. And he swings and ropes one into right field, another base hit. Matt Goodhart making his host family father, the Birdman, proud in this one as he gets aboard with a single, and there's 1 on to open up the 6th.
Trying to see who doesn't have a hit today. See Cox and Benjamin Blackwell, who's due up right now. Opportunity for him. He's gone on via a walk, but searching for a hit, trying to join in on the party.
Blackwell with the runner at first. First pitch to the righty. Misses inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Orleans 16, Brewster 3. Dominance by the Firebirds. Matt Goodhart, his second hit. He leads at first. 1-0. Swing and a miss by Blackwell. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. Blackwell's got hits in his last 2 ball games. Pulled up socks just below the knees. Here comes a 1-1. And he swings in, lines one on the ground into right field, a base hit. Goodhart's going to turn at second, and now he stops, puts the brakes on. Third base coach, Matt Agelbeck, says, hold up, Matt. I know you're excited, but let's not get it out here. And there's runners at second and first. Benjamin Blackwell now on a 3-game hitting streak. And it's Gary Gillimet into the box.
So with that base hit by Benjamin Blackwell, Connor Cox is the only guy left in the starting lineup who has not gotten the base hit. We might get to see Connor and a couple of hitters if this line keeps moving here for Orleans.
Bello versus Gillimet. Right-handed batter looks on. Opening offering. Strike on the outside edge to Garrett. Gillimet tied this game up at 3 back in the third with a solo home run. That inning ended even at 3. Then we went to the 4th as the 0-1. And Gillimet unable to hold up on the check swing. No balls, 2 strikes. They put a 4 in the 4th, 9 in the 5th. And now 2 on and nobody out for the 9-hole hitter. Looking to pick up his 3rd hit of the ball game. 0-2. Skips in the dirt. Everybody stays where they are. Good block by Pregent, the catcher. Everyone's staying here at Eldridge. As we approach the 2-hour mark, we're not even into the 7th inning. 1-2. Swing, and here's a line drive into left. That ball's going back. Forget about it. Second home run of the ball game for Garrett Gillimet. It's all going the Firebirds' way. They lead it 19-3.
I think the smile from Garrett Gillimet rounding third, I think just sums it all up for this team tonight. It's been all smiles. Everybody having a day at the plate. And, wow, Gillimet got all of that one to left field. And it is getting out of hand here at Eldridge, folks.
Garrett Gillimet had 3 home runs in his season at USC. He has 2 today. And up comes the right-handed batter, Peyton Chatinier, opening offering off the outside. Bottom of the 6th, nobody out, already 3 runs in. And the Firebirds lead the Whitecaps 19-3. Peyton Chatinier hit a grand slam back in the 5th inning. 1-0. And he fouls one off, straight back. And they count 1 ball, 1 strike. Peyton Chatinier representing Old Miss. Hitting on the cleanup spot, or the leadoff spot. 1-1. Up high. 2 balls and a strike. 19 runs for Orleans. We're going to have to scroll through the record books after this one. Here comes a 2-1. High. 3 balls and a strike.
Jackson Thomas, our analytics guy, on that Gillimet home run. 341 feet, 94-mile-an-hour exit velo off the bat of Garrett Gillimet.
Jackson's been busy today.
I know, he's like he's had to text us every 2 minutes.
3-1. Swing and a miss. Counter runs full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Well, usually when we get a text from Jackson, it's a good one. So I'm welcoming him. Keep him coming. 12 runs in a 6-inning game at Lau Park. 19 runs. We're not through 6 at Eldridge Park. That's been the last 2 games for the Orleans Firebirds. 3-2 to Chatinier. And he swings and fouls one onto the hill. Somebody will take that home happy. A lot of kids converge. 1 dives, 3 dives. And I would not want to be a little kid trying to get a ball out on the hill. It's dangerous. Everyone's diving. 15 kids coming together at once. You got to be quick. 3-2 to Chatinier. And he spoils one back to the screen and keeps the at-bat alive. 4 in the 4th, 9 in the 5th, now 3 in the 6th. Here comes a 3-2. And he swings and lines one right over towards the ball boys of the Firebirds, who do a good job staying behind the netting, staying safe.
Kelly Nicholson has a smile on his face, too. He had to show off the reflexes there for a second. That ball headed his direction.
Chatinier, a high-energy guy, and he's been a spark for this Orleans team. 3-2. And he swings and pops one up down the right field line. That one headed towards the seats. Oh, and a man makes a play with a glove. Up with 2 hands and a white sweatshirt and jeans. He reaches up over his head, and he'll take home a souvenir.
Oh, he came ready there, Carlo. He looked like he knew what he was doing when he came to the yard.
Everybody for Orleans, not just players, even fans having a good day. 19-3 Firebirds lead Brewster. Nobody out, bottom of the 6th, 3-2 again, and a swing and a miss. And Chatinier retired, first out of the 6th. And up comes the left-handed batter, Ryland Thomas. Well, 19 runs is the most for a game this season. I can guarantee you that one. Katua put up 16 earlier this year. Firebirds have shattered that. Lefty Thomas looks on, first pitch. And he swings and loops one into left field. That drops for a base hit. Second of the ball game for the best hitter for average on this Orleans team, who just seems to find ways to get on every game. Loop singles, jam shots, infield signals. Ryland Thomas knows how to do it all.
17 hits on the night for Orleans, and with this pace, they're about to hit 20. Even go, maybe can they go 20-20 mark tonight?
Thomas leads at first, and the man who does not have a hit, the only Firebird without a hit, Connor Cox, right-handed batter, looks on. And he swings at the first pitch and flies it into center field. Going back to center fielder Davis, still on the back pedal, makes the catch. A home run in every other ballpark and out here at Eldridge. And Connor Cox will have to head back to the dugout and have to wait a little longer to try to pick up his first hit of the ball game.
Yeah, that one looked like a 400-foot flyout. Just tough luck for Connor Cox. It seemed every hitter has been able to score up the ball at least once or twice tonight. It's been unbelievable stuff. And here comes the hottest hitter of the game tonight for Orleans.
Left-handed batter, Chase DeLauner, 4 for 4, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. He takes a first pitch strike to the knees. And the count, no balls, 1 strike. DeLauner was 2 for 2, just in the 5th. 0-1, low. The count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Orleans 19, Brewster 3. A crime scene here at Eldridge Park. 2 outs and a runner at first is Ryland Thomas. Bello looks on, 1-1. Swing and a miss. DeLauner waves and the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Really can't blame DeLauner for that one. If you're hitting as out as he am, I'd be swinging at everything. He is hitting the ball out of here like it's a beach ball. Ready for 4th of July weekend. 1-2, and he fouls one off down the right field line. Three runs in the bottom of the 6th. Ryland Thomas at first after his single to left. Should be a Connor Cox home run on the board, but it's 4:34 at Eldridge. Only one man has hit a home run that far. Maybe a trivia question for the future. Gareth, you know the answer?
I do not.
1-2, swinging a line drive into left field, hops over the third baseman Weiss, and Chase DeLauner is 5 for 5. As up comes Tyler Locklear.
What a day for Chase DeLauner. He's got a smile on his face over at as he takes off the batting gloves, the elbow guards to first base coach Brian Erickson. This has been a career day for Chase DeLauner. Three runs batted in, 2 home runs, and my oh my. Here comes now Tyler Locklear.
Chase DeLauder came into this game 5 for 26. Today he is 5 for 5. Thomas at second. DeLauder at first. Right-handed Locklear looks at a ball upstairs. And the count 1 ball, no strikes. Tyler Locklear hasn't had that bad of a night. 2 two-run home runs, a walk, and he's come around to score. Pretty average for today.
Yeah, that's an average night considering today's today's results.
1 out. Away. 2 balls, no strikes. Tyler Locklear at Katuitt had a home run that went 413 feet to left. 111 miles an hour off his bat. Thomas at second, DeLauder at first, 2-0. Strike on the outside edge, 2 balls and a strike. Orleans 19, Brewster 3. A Firebirds offense that has put up 31 runs in its last 2 games. 2-1, swinging a foul straight back. The count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes after putting up 6 runs in its previous 3 games. Wind blown out instead of in. And the Firebirds offense has looked like a different team. 2-2. Misses inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Tyler Locklear, he's got that great beard. I asked him one time, Gareth, because I can't grow a beard, but for those out there who want to know, how can I have a beard like Tyler Locklear? He says all he does is brush it down. That's it. 3-2. Swing and a miss as he strikes out, and that will do it for the 6th inning. 5 hits, 3 runs come across, 2 left stranded, and the Firebirds add to their lead. They lead it 19-3 over the Brewster Whitecaps. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Noah Sears. And Noah, what do you got for us?
Yeah, appreciate it, Carlo. So in a game like today, 19 runs, there's not a lot of storylines except the fact that the Firebirds are dominating, although I think I may have found another one. If you see any Firebirds batter go to the plate, they're always wearing at least one piece of protective gear, whether it's an elbow guard or a shin guard. They're usually wearing something, so if they get on base, they give that to the first base coach, Erickson. Now, when you bat around in an inning and multiple guys are getting on first base and they keep coming in, Coach Erickson keeps accumulating this equipment. And not only in this inning, but in the last inning, in that 5th inning, it quite literally looked as if Coach Erickson was Iron Man. Now, I don't know if that nickname is going to stick, but if the Firebirds keep scoring runs like they do tonight, Erickson might just be a new addition to the MCU. Hard to say if it's going to happen or not, but just one thing I picked up watching Erickson don literally every single piece of protective equipment. That's what I got in what has been an absolute blowout, but I'll send it back to you, Gareth, for the call on this one.
All right, thanks so much, Noah. Iron Ryan Erickson. I think that's what we got to call him now.
I love that.
Iron Ryan there. I was starting to notice that too. He had the elbow guard, he had the shin guard, he had the whole shebang out there on the first base side, and it's been the field day for Orleans tonight. 7 home runs total from this offense. 3 guys have 2 home runs each. That's Locklear, DeLauder, and Guillemette. And as we are in the top of the 7th, it's Orleans 19, Brewster 3, and we have ourselves a new pitcher for Orleans. It's the right-hander Carter Smith, the rising sophomore from BYU, a 6'3", 210-pound right-hander from Lehigh, Utah. He's a temporary player on the roster. And Carter will come on in here, and he is going to be facing the bottom of the order. Pregent, Brown, and Davis, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. And Carlo, what should we know about Carter Smith?
Yeah, Carter Smith, you're going to see a fastball, tops out around 92. He's the 4-pitch guy, curveball, slider, changeup. You'll see more slider to the right-handed batters and more changeup to the left-handed batters. He works to work the zone away.
First pitch to Pregent is low and outside for ball 1. So Carter Smith, who is making his 4th appearance on the summer, in 3 appearances so far, he has a 2.07 ERA in 4 1/3 innings, 5 strikeouts over 4 walks. 1-0 pitch is low and outside. Check swing, no, says first base umpire Jason Klump. So 2-0 to Pregent, who's 0 for 2 today. Smith last pitched back on Monday against Harwich. He pitched an inning and a third, so he gave up an earned run. 2 walks and a strikeout. 2-0 pitch is outside for ball 3, 3-0. Firebirds putting up another 3 runs in the 6th. 4 runs in the 4th, 9 runs in the 5th, 3 runs in the 6th. There's a breaking ball right down the middle for a called strike. It's 3-1 now. This has been the best offensive output by far for Orleans this summer. 3-1. And a fastball just off the outside, called ball 4 by the home plate umpire Tyler Bullock, and so the leadoff man on the board here in the 7th. So Carter Smith, there's been a little bit of the issue with him has been with the walks. Already 4 walks in 4 1/3 innings pitched. Although this spring for BYU, he pitched 41 innings, had 48 strikeouts over 16 walks, so he had good control over the spring. This summer, though, still trying to find good location. As the first pitch to the left-handed hitting TCU outfielder Porter Brown is called for a strike, going 1. Brown is 0 for 2. He bounced out to the pitcher in the 2nd and struck out looking back in the 4th. Here's the 0-1, and that pitch runs low and in. It's 1-1 here to Porter Brown. Top of the 7th here from Eldridge Park. Firebirds 19, Whitecaps 3. 1-1. Fastball on the inside corner, taken for a called strike. It's 1-2. Smith at the set. The pitch. Breaking ball, low and in, taken for ball 2. 2-2 to Brown. Goodhart, the first baseman, not even holding Pregent at first, the catcher. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And it's top foul along the first base line. We'll do it again. 2-2. Carter Smith, already becoming one of the more popular figures amongst the bullpen. Everybody likes his personality, just a good guy. Goodhart. 2-2 pitch. Low and in again, not close. And now count runs full 3-2. And so Smith, Firebirds trying to just get outs. Of course, maybe work easier for them than harder for them, but it's 3-2 with Davis on deck for Brewster. 3-2 pitch to Brown. Fastball and a bit inside for ball 4. So back-to-back walks for given up by Carter Smith. And again, this was sort of the issue that he's been trying to figure out, is the control. And already back-to-back guys aboard for the top of the order now.
I think with this lead, I doubt anybody gets moving in Kelly Nicholson's bullpen. This is going to be Carter Smith's inning. He's got to get 3 outs here.
Nobody getting loose in the bullpen. And so indeed, Carter Smith is going to have to work this thing out by himself. First pitch to Davis is high and in for ball 1. Colin Davis, who is 1 for 2 today with a single back in the 2nd. Struck out swinging back in the 5th in his previous at-bat. 1-0. And Davis now pulls one down the left field line, hit pretty well. Going back to the left fielder, Thomas, and it's gone. The home run derby continues here at Eldridge Park. This time, though, the second home run for the Brewster Whitecaps. And it comes off the bat of Colin Davis, the center fielder from Wofford. His first home run of the summer. It's a 3-run shot, and it is now 19-6. here at Eldridge.
Well, you're glad you had a 16-run lead when he gave up that. No need to panic, but as much as everyone likes to win, also playing in front of scouts and for Carter Smith, that one hurts.
Here is Alex Freeland now, first pitch. Freeland takes a first pitch down the middle, a called strike, 0-1. So, helps to have that cushion, but I'm sure for these relievers, they want to have some clean innings. As there's a quick 0-2. Smith pounds a 0-1 fastball to make it 0-2 to Freeland. On the windup, 0-2. Swing and the miss. Freeland down swinging on the slow breaking ball. 78 miles an hour from Carter Smith. And there's one out here in the 7th.
That home run by Colin Davis, Gareth, 300 feet, according to our analytics guy, Jackson Davis. The shortest fence here is 300 feet down the left field line, so Davis just got that one out.
Just sneaks it over the wall. Brewster with it's been the 3-run home run for them. 3-run home run back in the first by Zach Neto as Neto stands in. First pitch, he takes a breaking ball on the inside for a called strike. Brewster struck first in the first. A 3-run home run by Neto, who's at the plate right now, to right center field. And when it looked like things were getting tough for Orleans, here's the 0-1. It's outside for ball 1. Ball 1-1 to Neto. The Firebirds offense didn't hesitate, didn't waste any time, picked up 2 runs in the second on a 2-run home run by Tyler Locklear, and then they picked up another run in the third off a solo shot by Garrett Guillemette before then putting up 16 runs over the next 3 innings. Smith misses on the fastball away. And a count 2-1 now to Zach Neto. So it's been it's been quite the scenario for both sides tonight. 2-1 pitch, breaking ball outside. It's now 3-1. So Carter Smith trying to work his way out of the 3-run home run and get the next couple of outs. Here's a 3-1, and it's skipped in the dirt, and it goes to the screen for another walk. 3rd walk of the inning for Carter Smith. And that's certainly not going to make pitch manager Kelly Nicholson all that happy about that. And now looks like there is some activity in the bullpen getting loose. As here is Jake Thompson now for Brewster.
Jack Philby getting warm in that Orleans pen.
Smith, first pitch to Thompson, left-handed hitter from Oklahoma State. Breaking ball low and in, and Smith right now just not locating his pitches at all very well. And here comes pitching coach Matt Troop.
It is a little slippery out there with the miss, so the ball is probably a little harder to grip for Carter, but Coach Matt Troop going to talk to his pitcher at BYU. A lot of times, Gareth, pitchers will get the energy of trying to keep the lead, trying to keep their team in the ball game. It's kind of hard to find that inner spark when you come into a game and you're up 16 runs. And so
Yeah, I'm sure Matt Troop is telling Carter Smith, hey man, we just need you to throw strikes. Don't worry about, don't worry about trying to strike guys out or do too much. We just need you to throw strikes and get ourselves out of this.
got to be very intrinsically motivated here.
So here comes Thompson now. It's 1-0 to left-handed hitting first baseman from Oklahoma State. There's a 1-0 fastball in there for a called strike, 1-1. Thompson's 0 for 3. Lined out to center in the first. Bounced out to second in the third and in the fifth. And he takes another ball low in the dirt. 2-1 to Thompson. 19-6 Firebirds. Almost looks like a football score. 2-1 pitch. Fastball up high. And it's 3-1. Brewster kicked a pair of field goals. Orleans scored a touchdown before then tacking on 4 field goals, you could say, as their 3-1 pitch low and in the dirt for ball 4. Walk number 4 issued by Carter Smith. And he's just not finding the plate whatsoever. These are pretty easy takes for these Brewster hitters. And the last thing you want to do is be susceptible to the long ball again with runners on, as Will Simpson, he certainly has power. First pitch, Simpson tops it third base side, foul. Strike 1 to the left fielder from the University of Washington. Simpson, who did pop out 7 home runs for the Huskies in the spring. Right-handed hitter. A 1 pitch. Hit on the ground, left side, Locklear on the high hop. Goes to second for 1. Chatinier the turn to first, not in time. Locklear able to get the lead out at second. But Chatinier's turn to first just a bit too late to get Simpson, who ran pretty well out of the box. Neto goes over to third. And with 2 down, this will bring up Cooper Weiss now for Brewster. Simpson reaches on the fielder's choice, and here is Weiss, who's 0 for 2, a walk back in the first, and then a fly out to center in the third, and then a strikeout swinging in the sixth. First pitch is low and away, ball 1. Weiss, who's still trying to figure out his rhythm at the plate, coming into this game just 4 hits in 21 at-bats. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Weiss waves and misses. At the fastball from Carter Smith, it's 1-1. Right now, there's a car's headlights out there in center field, right in the view of the batter's eye. I'm sure that can't be too nice to see. As the 1-1 pitch, he gets a piece of Weiss's jersey as it skims off the leathers of the uniform, and Carter Smith is just making it hard on himself. He's walked 4 in this inning, and he has now hit a batter, and that might be it for him, as Kelly Nicholson will make the slow walk out to the mound. So Neto at third, Simpson at second, Weiss at first, Carter Smith with a tough outing on the mound. He'll give way now. We'll have ourselves a new pitcher when we come back here on the Birds Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the Birds Broadcast Network. Gareth Kwok alongside my partner Carlo Jimenez. Orleans leading 19-6 over the Brewster Whitecaps. We're in the top of the 7th. Already 3 runs home for Brewster on a 3-run home run by Colin Davis. And Carter Smith has departed, unable to get through the 7th. With the bases loaded and 2 down here in the top of the 7th, Nick Wallerstedt, the right-hander from Arizona State, will now come in and try and get this final out. Wallerstedt, so far this summer for Orleans in 3 appearances, he has a 3.37 ERA in 2 2/3 innings. Not much work, but he does have 3 strikeouts over 2 walks. And last appeared on Tuesday against Wareham. He pitched a scoreless inning of relief with a couple of strikeouts, so he's been has had a nice couple of outings since his very first outing where he struggled with command in the season opener against Harwich. And so Wallerstedt coming on in here, and he will get his opportunity against Sean Gusenberg. 9th hitter of the 7th for the Whitecaps. Right-hand hitter against the righty Wallerstedt. First pitch from the stretch. Fastball high and in. That's some velocity at 89 miles an hour. It's 1-0 as the rain continues to come down here at Eldridge Park. It's misting left toward the outfield. 1-0 pitch is down low. 2-0. Mist has been on and off here at Eldridge tonight. Sometimes it's been profound and sometimes it's been non-existent, but right now it's continuing to come down a bit. 2-0 pitch. There's a fastball in the inside corner, taken for a called strike. It's 2-1.
Hey, Gareth, and in this game with this score, you might think, oh, this outing by Wallerstedt doesn't mean much, but he struggled his first outing with Orleans and then has shown 2 really strong outings, so could earn a lot of trust with a good outing here.
High fly ball, well struck out to right center field. Cox giving chase, looking up at the wall. He crashes in. Did he make the catch? He did! Oh, baby, what a play by Connor Cox as he crashes into the right center field fence. And he took away possibly 3 runs from the Whitecaps off the bat of Sean Gusenberg. The Orleans defense on display once again from Eldridge Park. We will go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 7th inning stretch time as all Connor Cox's teammates come in to congratulate him. And Kelly Nicholson going to come out. And this game here is going to be called, folks. That is it. So we're going to call it after 7. The Firebirds will win by a final score of 19-6. And how about that from the Firebirds offensively? They put up 19 runs on 18 hits and just 1 error. Meanwhile, Brewster was 6 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors. And so Orleans, they do it in the shortened 7-inning game, and you can understand why. It's trying to save pitchers out here, and the rain is continuing to come down, so no reason to continue playing on. And we're going to have our Birds post-game show coming up here with exclusive interviews as well as just a wrap-up here on our broadcast. But Orleans, what an offensive performance. 7 total home runs, 3 guys with 2 home runs each. And Orleans Firebirds breaking out for their 2nd straight victory. They had the win against Cotuit on Wednesday and then against Brewster tonight as Noah Searson is going to get Chase DeLauder, the Birds baller of the game. He went 5 for 5 with a couple of home runs, 3 runs batted in. And so Noah's going to get ready over here. And Noah, whenever you're ready, take it away with Chase DeLauder.
Yeah, appreciate it, Gareth. I'm standing sidelines with one of the many men of the hour, but 5 hits for you, Chase. It was a big game, obviously. Big game for the entire team, but 5 hits, I don't think anybody saw that coming. So when you show up to the ballpark today, what was your routine like? And when you're thinking about, how you saw the ball today, what did you think of your performance?
It was actually like a very different day because, we showed up. We didn't even take BP on the field because of the rain, so hitting the cage a little bit, front toss, little BP. Honestly, kind of sat around for like an hour and a half, came out here, but it was one of those days you come out and compete every day, and it just happened to be my day.
Yeah, and not only you, but your teammates. The balls were flying over the yard continually. So, what do you think? It's now been 31 runs in 2 games for you guys. What do you think has changed in the last 2 games compared to the previous 8?
I honestly think we're just starting to get our timing down with these pitchers. And we're facing the best arms in the country. The wind was kind of blowing in here, of course, the last couple days, and today it really was kind of going our way. And I really just think we're starting to adjust to these pitchers, and we got a great team, obviously, as you see. So I think it'll be a fun ride.
Yeah, and one thing people talk about when terms of Cape League baseball is the fact that you guys play with metal bats in college, then come here, have to swing wood bats. Was that, a transition that was maybe a little difficult for you to make at all, or do you think that finally, you've, I guess, adjusted to wood bats and come to swing them well?
I think we've all started to adjust really to the wood bats. The only major difference between wood and metal, obviously metal's going to go a little farther, but really a barrel is a barrel. If you hit the ball well on the barrel, it's going to go somewhere. Cap hits and handle hits on metal bats tend to fall more often than not. Here, they just break the bat. So you really got to work hard to try to find the middle of the bat. But once you do that, the ball's going to go.
Well, and finally, like I said, 31 runs in 2 games. You guys probably aren't going to be scoring 15 runs a game the rest of the way. But when you think about performances like this, what do you take away in terms of the team's offensive game that you can carry into, tomorrow against Chatham, 4th of July, and the rest of the season?
I really think it's just confidence. I think right now a lot of these guys think we can hit anybody. It relieves stress from our pitchers, obviously. It takes a little pressure off them. So I believe going in with that confidence that we can hit anybody and put up, obviously, the numbers we have the last couple of days is a big thing.
All righty. Chase DeLauder, 5 hits, 2 absolute bombs today. Chase, thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you tomorrow. Guys, I know you got Garrett back in the booth, so I'll toss it back to you guys.
All right, thanks so much, Noah Searson. I'm standing by here with Garrett Gillimet, USC catcher. Garrett, you came into this game with just 1 hit and 13 at-bats. You had 6 strikeouts tonight. You had a couple of long bombs. You had 4 runs batted in. What was the difference for you today at the plate?
Yeah, I just try to simplify it. The game's hard, and when you're seeing arms like this every day, it can be a kind of a challenge. So I just shortened up my swing today. I was seeing it pretty good, and I just let it rip. I just felt really confident all day today.
31 runs combined for this team the last 2 games. What's been the difference for you guys offensively at the plate? Have you guys been adjusting to the wood bat better? What's been the difference and what's been the key?
I think the big difference is just the confidence we all have. Like after our game was yesterday, 2 days ago, when we put up 12, 13 runs, it's like we started realizing that once we settle in, once we simplify everything, that this game will come easy, and making that adjustment to the wood bats, it's a lot of us like it, to be honest. Much more pure and everything, and the group of guys we have is just unreal too. We're all really, really close, so that's a benefit too.
You said you had a new bat shipped to you today. What's the story behind that? Is that going to be the lucky bat moving forward, huh?
Yeah, so I'm really picky with wood bats, so I broke mine the 3rd day we were here, and I just didn't really feel comfortable, so my dad just sent me a bat with a California bear on it, on the barrel, and it's pretty cool. And then everyone was like, don't break it. So I went up there, and I was like, I'm not going to break it. And, it paid off for sure. But, yeah, I felt more confident with that in my hands especially, too.
Well, Garrett, congratulations on the victory. Big-time game for you, and we'll see you tomorrow at Chatham. Thanks again for stopping by.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So, Garrett Gillimet standing by. Thanks so much again. And that's going to do it for us here from Eldridge Park. Orleans with a big-time victory over the Brewster Whitecaps by a final score of 19-6. They do it again on 18 hits, 1 error. Brewster with 6 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors. And for the Firebirds, 7 home runs as a team. 3 guys with 2 home runs each. Chase DeLauder went deep twice. Tyler Locklear went deep twice. And then Garrett Gillimet, who was kind enough to take extra time out of his day to speak with us. He also had 2 home runs. Carlo Jimenez, boy, I can't wait for tomorrow at Chatham to see how this offense does.
Yeah, I mean, it has been fun to watch. A team where we sat here for the first 2 weeks of the season and said, where is this offense we've been waiting for? This team that in their starting lineup had 87 home runs, and there's 9 guys in the starting lineup, which was more than all but 10 teams in the NCAA. they're here. They showed up. They might have saved it all for these last 2 games, but boy, it has been fun to watch. And yeah, I've never been more excited for a weekend series against Chatham. Let's do it. Let's play right now.
Oh my goodness, that is going to be fun to watch. 4th of July, home and home series with the Chatham Anglers, one of the best teams in the Eastern Division. Always bringing out good talent, and we're going to be at Chatham. We're going to be at Veterans Field tomorrow night, 7 p.m. first pitch, and we will be back at Eldridge on 4th of July, Sunday, 7 p.m. first pitch from Eldridge against the Anglers in a home-and-home weekend series that should be packed in both sides. So stay tuned onto our Birds Broadcast Network and onto our YouTube channels. And looks like Noah Searson is going to have ourselves. He's got one more guest with him. And Noah, what do you got for us? Noah's going to try and get another player here if he can. Oh, looks like that was a false alarm. He does not have anyone along with him, and that is going to do it for us here on the broadcast. For my partner, Carlo Jimenez, and for our producer, Matt Schenfeld, and for our entire broadcast crew, and our sideline reporter, Noah Sears, and I'm Gareth Kwok, saying so long. Orleans wins it 19-6 in 7 innings. Rain starting to come down a little bit more here at Eldridge Park, so a good thing they got through to 7 before they called it off. And we will see you all tomorrow at Chatham, 7 p.m. first pitch from Veterans Field. Have a great rest of your Friday, everybody.